So even though it goes 0, and then a few more seconds, and you do it.
Once it gets to 0, I'm going to do my flingy flangy. These are things I hadn't thought about. No.
Well, you'll do it up, so
when the stress comes on, because you think, if I sorted that out, I sorted that, I sorted the other.
yes, but I was thinking you handle when it goes wrong.
Bad as fast as they can. I hope Revis got rid of the Belensky t-shirt. Little fucking chance.
Good evening and welcome. Probably should have done that before. As always, it's going to go blitheringly fucking wrong. Why? Because I've had a few beers, he's stoned as fuck, and Matt doesn't do this very often. Apart from that, Dave's fucked off and gone out and got into a fight tonight. Anyway, what are we going to talk to you about tonight? It will be about speed cameras. They didn't know they could work at fucking night. You know the mobile ones? We'll talk about that. Fear the UK has 9 days worth of gas left. Base trying to leave his phone alone for a split second. Should be interesting. UDSA, we're going to talk about they want you to register your allotments and why. And there's a load of other shit. Apart from that, I've got a fruit fly that's going to piss me off for the entire fucking stream. There's fucked off. The entire stream. So, if you want professionalism, I wouldn't bother coming here. Anyway, that'll do us. Right, there we go. And I'm going to bring Base to Base. Say hello.
Good evening, everyone.
Fuck me, it worked.
Yep.
Now that I am pleased with. Matt?
Hello and good night.
Fetterman.
He's been wanting to do that for ages. Right. So you fucking
Some people might recognise what that was, not what he just said.
Yeah, I'm just fucking retarded. So there you go. Right, let me see if I can get that first one up. See, you found the fruit fly.
Oh, I think I got it.
Did you get it?
No.
Oh. No, don't buy bananas, people. It's a fucking bad idea. Right, let me see if I can share this with you so you can see it. Pre-dawn. Doesn't that sound ominous? Right, share screen.
Look at their equipment.
Yeah, well, they spend millions on it because it pays back millions. Let's have a little look through this.
Infrared. Fuck's sake.
Well, fuck off. I don't want to register your bullshit. You've already... There's that fly again. Right. Scores of motorists in Avon and Somerset who mistakenly believe an urban myth are to face their day in court. I'll bet you're fucking pleased about that, you money-grabbing fuck it. Oh, I was going to go... There was words I was going to say then. Anyway, officers from the Force Roads Policing Unit, I got caught by them a few months ago, the little bastards.
Yeah, me too.
Caught 134 drivers speeding in a pre-dawn crackdown over 3 days. I would have thought they'd have done more than that, actually, the bastards, but glad they didn't do more. A spokesman for the unit posted on social media, and I bet they were proud as punch when they said that. Yeah. Cunts. A popular misconception is that speed enforcement cannot take place once the sun has set. Well, we hoped. And in the old days, it couldn't. But you lot have spent endless amounts of our money on making sure it can happen so you can rinse us out of more money. Now, some of you are going, if you don't break the speed limit, my advice to you is to look into euthanasia. You cunt. Now, moving on. The last pre-dawn session resulted in 134 notices of excess speed, many of which will be going straight to court. Excellent. I bet you're over the moon. Do you know what? Just locally to us based, I saw one, right? What there is, it used to be a national speed limit, but National Power have had to put a junction where one trunk road meets the next, right? Anyway, they've reduced it down. It goes national speed
40.
limit 40, 30.
I went 60 through it.
Yes, not the only.
60 through it.
Yeah, a few of us do a bit more than that. But in the old days, it used to be flat out to work, right? Now they've got a lay-by there, and I saw me out the other day just taking the pictures of the signs saying 30. They're not overgrown, see. I was right in nicking these nasty little motorists at speed, and oh, fuck off. Go out and nick a fucking paedophile, you cunt.
It's a
Investigate a burglary.
It's a completely open
How
road.
dare you?
I mean,
But it's a completely open road. They're doing work there, granted. So when they're not working there, it's not a fucking issue. But like I said, they'll sit there and basically entrap people.
I mean, the bullshit of it is they say they do it so that people slow down, and it's utter bullshit. It's so they can make money. I mean, everybody knows it. If they really wanted to slow people down, they would actually put up signs everywhere saying there's going to be speed cameras here. They're in operation for the next couple of hours, and everyone will slow down.
Yeah, well,
the job will be done, but they just want to make you money.
I'll give you an example. In Cardiff now, we're 20 mile an hour in Cardiff. So this road's
we got them in Bristol.
Where we are now. Yeah, 20 mile an hour. Just to put it into context, it's very hard to do 20 mile an hour because second. Who cruises in second?
Well, you're getting overtaken by cyclists.
Yeah, that's right. No one cruises in seconds. Third wants to push to fourth, maybe, but you can hold 30, and you can cruise control at 30 or something. You can't cruise control at 20. It doesn't allow it.
So, if you're thinking about putting your foot down on the way to work or the way home this winter, I wouldn't bother. Because as likely as not, especially if you're in Avon, Somerset, but this will be coming to your counties if you're not, that there'll be some little weaselly, useless, miserable. I was interfered with as a kid, bullied at school.
But they're
useless.
not even police.
I know.
They're civilians.
Well, they couldn't make it to the
Civilian
police. They weren't corrupt enough to be police.
Well, the one in Cardiff's on a motorbike. He's on a police motorbike. It says police on the motorbike. By all accounts, that's fine because he doesn't say he's police. Now, because he doesn't say it's because the way the law's written, you can dress up as a police
I don't
officer.
give a fuck if
You
he
can
says
dress
he's
up
the
as-
sheriff of Nottingham. If you get 3 points off the cunt,
Yeah, but he represents the police because
Right.
he's in a police
Look.
vehicle. Everyone thinks he's a copper, and he's not a copper. He just
it's
does
just
people for fucking
He's
20
twat.
impersonating a copper.
right. Anyway, here's the next thing, right?
Well, why did you start with something so annoying?
Well, because that's the whole point.
Okay,
Right.
to piss me off.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Well, actually, what it is to let everybody know that if you're actually thinking about going out and putting your foot down when you thought you were free to do it at night time, don't do it. You'll get nicked. That's the whole
And-
purpose of what we're
And
doing.
if you do have a limiter on your in your car, like a cruise
Do you
control
what?
but limiter,
You-
just put it on.
A limiter.
A limiter.
How EU?
Well, if you got it, use it, and then you're not.
Yeah,
gonna
no,
get
that's
fined.
not. Yeah, there used to be this thing. If you've got it, flaunt it. That is not one of those things. I've got a limiter and I'm not afraid to use it. Yeah, great. Take some soy, you fucking coffee. Right. Anyway,
Right, I'm not taking this anymore.
right, he's off. I'm going to make a flan. Actually, I bet he could make a good flan.
Quite a nice flan.
I thought you might. Right. Fears, as UK has just 9 days supply left compared to France's 103. Hang on a fucking minute. That's you over there. Turn that off, sweet. Right. Aren't we,
Just down.
sorry, chucking some of our fuel over towards France?
No, it's still a bit around.
No, they used to chuck us electric, but I believe that we're actually throwing some gas over that way.
We might do, but France actually supply half of Europe with energy.
Well, they've still got nuclear.
Well, that's
Yeah.
probably why we're chucking them the gas then, isn't it?
Yeah, but we're having more nuclear off them.
Hang on, wasn't there a thing where we
Well, we
bought
got
it for a
paid for
certain
we got
price,
paid
chucked
for
it to them, and then paid double it when it came back?
Maybe it's payment for the doctors and engineers.
We're
Oh,
owned,
I'm glad I invited you on today.
we're owned
Right.
by all the power stations in the UK are owned by the French.
Well, the one they're building at the moment has got
Half French, half Chinese.
they've got the Chinese, they've got the
French as well, yeah.
do you know the bridges? That second Severn crossing, right?
Yeah.
That was a couple of British firms, a French firm, and some other. I think it was the Chinese on that one. Anyway, I'll get to the point. UK government has some of the lowest levels of gas storage in Europe. Oh, hang on a minute. Do you remember the old days where you used to have silos? Can you remember them? When we used to store our gas? Do you remember that? No.
Sorry.
You fucking.
How old was I? When this happened?
My age.
Yeah, but
Right. Look, when we were younger, they got rid of them when we were about 30, 35. Right.
Okay.
They were.
What's he doing?
He's like, fuck's sake. Right. When you were busy working, and that was all you were doing, because I know you worked a lot, right? There used to be these it's like metal RSJs, all built round in a lovely crisscross pattern, very Victorian, right? And they'd have these conical things that would go up and down, and nobody understood until somebody explained that's actually them storing gas, and the levels of gas when they were using it in times of need, they would get water. Okay,
I'm an idiot. Okay.
How can I pin a
Sure.
tweet?
like this.
Which one?
Which show me to do it?
Hang on, I've got to find my mouse. The cunt stopped. Look, what have you done on my mouse?
It's over there.
What have you done?
Hang on,
I
it did something
didn't
then when you
touch
bashed it.
Right, brilliant. The entire shit has stopped. Anyway, I'll carry on reading this. Can we? No, brilliant.
I didn't touch nothing there. I
You
just
scroll
lost.
with your arrows.
Oh, fuck me.
No.
Unbelievable.
That's
So,
the end of the stream. Thank you, everyone.
yeah, thanks
When
for
I-
coming. That's
when I
it.
said
Game
goodbye.
over.
No, I
I'm
didn't
getting on the
touch
piss. I'm fucking believable.
that stops, mind you.
Yeah, I think our entire computer is stopped. Are you still seeing stuff over there? That would be great.
Yeah.
Jesus
still live.
Christ. I don't know what
Well,
to
it
do.
says they're live. It says we're live. 12 minutes in.
Yeah, but
Oh,
it's
it's
not
actually
good.
frozen.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Let me just check. Let me check on my channel. I didn't touch anything.
You might have to turn it off and
Just
turn it on again and start the stream again.
Wait there. Yeah, it's frozen. I think so.
Can you ask them on Discord?
Oh, well, there it is.
Is it worth literally doing a shutdown?
I can't.
It's
I
frozen.
mean, like,
Yeah,
press and
it's
hold.
I
frozen.
can't do a damn fucking
Yeah,
thing.
YouTube's not on, yeah? Check YouTube for you. It's not on for me. On my channel. It's frozen on that. I swear I didn't touch, I think. I was going to highlight that comment. Your live stream's better than Simon's. Because it's just funny, isn't it?
Is it live on your channel?
No, it's not. It's shut down on mine.
That's one of my haters.
Or maybe not.
Right.
Be all right.
Now,
Yeah, frozen.
hang on.
Hang on, live.
Are we live again?
Well, there's going to be a delay.
That's 16. It's moving.
Honestly, fuck me up and down. We're live.
Okay.
Right, just so you know.
Yeah, people in the chat, can you tell us if you can hear and see us currently?
Am I going to wait?
I know-
What's the delay? About
About-
20 seconds?
Right, if
40.
you can hear us and everything, right, entire computer system
Yes,
shut
sorted.
down, went black, turned off, turned back on, steering wheel started working, so it's been rebooted.
Can we have ones, maybe?
Yes.
Yeah.
5 and 5.
Yeah,
Fuck, you know. Right, I have
That
no
was
idea
nuts.
why it did that. Right, so there you go. Right, so,
So
that
we need to find out what the last thing people heard us talking about.
was the gas supply, wasn't it? And I
No,
can't.
we were talking about it, but
Yeah,
people
but
listening
that's
to
when
us.
it seemed to have frozen.
Oh, at least the views have gone up. Oh, by the way, if Base Welshman's live streams are better than this, you can fucking wait for his next one, you bastard. All right, twat. Gotcha. All right, who pulled the fucking plug? Did we get enough 50p's for the meter or something?
Everything just went down.
It did. It just stopped, and we were like, "Hang on." I knew that. I
I
knew.
think it's the juice for the disco over the road.
Yeah.
The kids, they must have needed it.
I think the stream
They got
didn't
a
go
bit
down.
drum and
though, did
bass
it?
going.
The stream didn't go
No,
down.
it kept going,
Yeah.
but we just everything shut down here. I feel so. This is the standard professionalism you expect from this stream. Anyway, let's get back
That's
to
an
it.
act
Right.
of God.
So we were explaining to Matt in the old days, we used to have silos in the center of town that would go up and down. We'd store gas in the times when it was good, so that when it got a cold spell or something like that, we'd use it and we'd have a reserve. And in some weird, stupid idea, they decided that better than, because they were getting on a bit, better than making the effort of restoring them or making new ones, because the old ones were getting fucked, we just get rid of it and rely on Russia. That was a great idea. What do you reckon?
No, not a good idea.
No.
I can get the clip up now. In fact, I've downloaded it on my channel where Trump said, "What are you doing,
Yeah, yeah,
Germany?"
Yeah, they laughed at him. Yeah.
Yeah, and they laughed at him, and they repeatedly laughed at him and basically ridiculed him. And 3 years down the road, boom.
It was right.
And the thing is, it was obvious that Trump was correct in saying that, and had good reason to say that.
Yeah.
Simply because you don't want to rely on 40% of your energy
From anyone.
to anyone, especially a traditional enemy to you. It makes no sense.
So, anyway, do you want to read that out?
And where we're starting at, the UK has some of the lowest levels of gas storage in Europe, said the owner of British Gas, amid warnings that Brits could face 3-hour planned power cuts if there's shortage this winter. Oh, they were good fun when I was a kid. Get the candles. Everyone knows where the candles are.
Yeah. When the meter, we thought the meter had gone.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so do you want me to carry on?
Yeah, yeah.
So the UK has just 9 days of gas supply left. The owner of British Gas warned today as it reopened a giant storage site ahead of winter. Centrica, if that's how you say it, said the UK has some of the lowest levels of gas storage in Europe compared to Germany, which has 89 days worth, France 103, and the Netherlands 123. The energy company announced on Friday that it's reopening its what's a rough gas field? A storage facility beneath the North Sea off the Yorkshire coast in a move that would increase the UK's gas capacity by 50%. Should I stop there?
Yeah. I was going to say, what is that? Is that a gas field you don't want to live next door to? it's like
A rough one.
Yeah.
Some travellers.
Yeah, it's not the standard gas field, you know. It's those horrible people. But anyway, there it is. So, that was great. We've lost our supply of news because fucking Discord went down. Let me bring that back up. Honestly, I'm sounding more like Daddy Dragon. If you're watching this, Daddy Dragon, hang on a minute, I've just got it here. Fuck, I can't take the piss out.
Constitution.
Hang on a minute. You know what it is. So I've saved my news to Discord. Some of you may have been on Discord before. Some of you may not. That's where all my news goes. That and Telegram. And also, we've decided to go salt mining or salt harvesting, I think they call it, don't they?
I don't know.
Right.
You mean making salt. From
No.
seawater?
Well, no. What we do is we go onto Twitter, and we're slightly conservative, and that seems to absolutely fucking bend their heads, and that's why we're there. So the plan is, I didn't bother with it before because what was the fucking point? Literally, you say anything and you get binned off. So I thought that was a bit shit. However, I decided that now we might stand more of a chance. So fuck it. I'm going on there and I'm going to wind things up. Right. Do you have a garden that you plant stuff in? for like crops, carrots, potatoes, peas, whatever you want to grow. Don't say anything at this point.
Great big Mara.
Right. Okay, you can. Okay. And if you live in America, they're not called allotments or whatever. They're called community gardens. Here's the thing. The USDA, and I'll click on the link. Here we are. This is not also, may I add, the most liberal link, by the way. Let's see if I can show you the picture. The point being is these are preppers. So if you can see that, I think the gun at the side of it, give it away a little bit. And some bloke with a backpack and a rifle going out to hunt in the left-hand corner was also a touch of a giveaway. Anyway, said USDA wants to register community gardens. That is for you and me allotments, right? So some mush has said United States Department of Agriculture is encouraging people and communities to start gardening. Well, that's a cool, right? Which it is. We should all be more self-sufficient. I agree. But wait, they also want you to register in capitals, make a big deal of it, right? Said garden. What the fuck? The website will also have a map showing the location of all registered gardens. Yeah, can't possibly see where that could go wrong. At this point, you'd have to be delusional idiot not to see what they're playing at here. Basically, they're saying that it's a great idea for you to register, be proud of your garden, all the rest of it. Many people probably will. However, the real truth of the matter is they want to know where your food is come the time, so they'll come and seize the fucking stuff.
They need to give it to the people in California cities.
Well, and on top of that, they're bound to tax it. Tax will be involved in some way in the future.
What, you better give it over sunshine reasons?
Well, first things first, tax will be, in a couple of years, they'll bring the tax in for it. And of course, then they'll have a record of everyone. Usual thing.
Well, also, they would like to know where the preppers are. What have we got here?
Yeah.
This is yours. This is yours based, right? I'll share it, but I'll let you.
Oh, it's hilarious. I've seen this.
Yeah. So you can hang on a minute. What am I doing? Present. Where did that go?
That
that one there, isn't it?
Yeah.
What happened? Oh, there you go. Over to you, mate.
What about it?
Would you want to tell people about that one? I'll read it to you and you can talk about it. Woke British Transport Police refuse to say whether a sex crime suspected of exposing male or female genitals to teenage girls on a train angers as Force issues CCTV of person in wig and skirt, but claim they don't need to say if they are seeking a man or a woman.
Have you seen the photo as well? Have you seen the photo? Oh, it's crazy.
I love it.
I mean, the photo is crazy. I mean, it's clearly a man in a woman's clothes, and
what do we used to call that in the old days?
masturbating in front of teenage girls.
Well, this is the same thing as happened last year in Newcastle, wasn't it? They could refuse to say whether the person using the sex toy in themselves was a man or a woman. Yeah. No. Actually, said it is a woman masturbating with her penis. I think that's what the police said.
Yeah, and I think this is the case here, clearly. And I've seen another case on Twitter where it looks like a trans person has disappeared. So it's mostly happens quite common, sadly. But and they didn't describe. I don't think they described it. No, they described it as Fiona, I think her name was, and it was clearly a bloke. But it's like they didn't even say it's a trans person or something, just to make the description.
It's falling apart.
Yeah, I mean, even if it's for their own safety, the police can't even just.
So now with crimes they don't record, ethnicity.
Yeah.
Are they just now going to say a human being?
They fucking do if it's white.
Did a thing.
Yeah. Well, I know I'm sure it's definitely in America. It might be Britain. I can't remember which one it is. So they don't give the ethnicity and they don't give photos of perps now because it would. Yeah, it's prejudice America because
of what?
Perps.
It's racist.
Basically, people who commit. Yeah, perps. Yeah. So basically, they won't give the photos or CCTV out because they'll be seen as racist. Well,
they won't release crime data because it's racist.
It's New York.
So
New
I thought I got to have
coming
this.
Back.
Right.
It's New York.
Right. So half of the prisons in America are filled up with black people. Yet black people make up what's the percentage? 13%. But there's nothing to see it.
But also, if you go by it, then they're male and in between an age category, it's down to about 2%.
Right.
Like that.
So what they're saying is they're massively overrepresented in the prisons because a certain degenerate bunch of group of people with an attitude and a chip on their shoulder who think that basically Oh, fucking slavery did it to me, although it was well before my birthday. Fuck you. On your own, you useless cunt. You were brought up by a sack of shit. You're a sack of shit. You got sack of shit values. You deserve to be where you're a sack of shit. Sorry, just saying, right?
But the thing is, if for example you're poor,
Hang on a second. How many fucking Jewish people do we see in the Nick? Why? They bring themselves up a little better.
They
Do you know
control the
when?
system.
When was? Well, yeah, a little bit, right? If you're that way inclined. Hang on. No, base. When was the last time you saw one of those people? What do they call them with a funny beard? No, not them fuckers. The ones.
Ashkenazis.
No, the ones that live in a funny little commune, right?
Oh, Amish.
Amish. How many Amish do you see in the Nick?
Well, they didn't take the jab either.
Oh, that's another thing. What about clucking a Jehovah's nit piss? Sorry, Jehovah's Witness. I get that one wrong.
They would have done it either.
No, they're not allowed. Are they? Right, Mormons. How many of these people do you see in the Nick?
Well, they can't get their pants off.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm wasted here. Right. Anyway, so basically, what we're talking about is we're talking about strict parenting, aren't we?
Sorry.
Right.
Well, you need a father.
Oh,
You
fuck
need
it.
a father in the home. We're going to be serious about
Yeah, a little bit. Right. So you need a father, you need strict parenting, and with that, there is a chance that you might not go out and fail. But if you think that there's everything against you because you're actually just a bit shit, am I saying it wrong here? Am I missing something? Right.
Okay.
All right. If you blame everything, here's the thing. I fucked up when I was a kid because I had shit attitude problem. I've corrected my attitude problem. I'm getting on well in life. Ish. Simple. What you put into life is what you get out. If you put little into life and you're a complete cunt, you will be fucked. However, if you get given an excuse, and that seems to be a massive group of youth and a certain Bain community, oh, it's not your fault because of reasons dating way back before you were ever hatched out, right? Yeah, no worries. Anyway, fuck it. Tough shit. Anyway, there we are. Let's move on to the next one. Oh,
we got a what's the name? Super chat.
yeah. Who was that from?
Yeah, let's flash it up. Sit on the net. £20.
That's got to be you, isn't it?
Hi, champs.
That's paid for the
Round on
sausage
me.
rolls.
Thank you very
Hang
much.
on, I can't move the fucking chat.
This one here.
Oh, hang on. Wait there. Where's he gone?
Long way back.
Fuck me up and down.
Rooted Welsh. I just spotted in the chat. We're scrolling back.
Mate. He might have chucked that over when. Oh.
Well, thank you very much, Sid.
Yeah, thank you ever so much to.
We can't highlight it.
Sid, can you also tell me it was aimed at, right? Because at the moment we're having all sorts of troubles here. We really are.
I mean, if you could just put it in the regular chat and we'll the same comment again without super chatting it. We might be able to see it.
Just say if you're on base side, because then I got to owe him some money, which will be about a tenner after they take their amount out of it. Right. Right. Let's go there. Oh god, it's a mail online, isn't it?
Oh,
Well,
what we got
no.
here?
right, yeah. Sorry, sweets. Right, who's having this one? You are.
well, they're out. I didn't even know they were out, but I've read an article. They're out. They're already out. But I think that is their last case now. They've done everything. So,
Well, all the groomers.
well, the animals, I believe, have tried to do as much as they can now, and I think it's £2 million they've had of taxpayers' money trying to get themselves not deported, and I think they're going to be deported, hopefully.
Oh, my heart bleeds
Oh,
purple
and-
fucking piss.
Until they stop the planes from taking.
Oh
us
yeah,
to
that
the
one.
US.
I let me tell you that the
Oh,
next
there'll be a Shemaina
They need to
Begum.
put them on an RAF.
the next liberals, I've got big problems with these
Massive
liberals that stand up in a plane and said, "Oh, guys, deporting people." I mean, the one they stood up and they stopped leaving was a Jamaican chap that had done multiple rapes, violent
What the
rapes.
fuck is that going on
And
there?
yeah, I mean,
We need
What-
Pinochet's
th- th-
helicopter
th-
tours
these
to deal with it.
liberals should just be dragged off the plane and actually
No.
go to prison for it,
Yeah.
right? Because
No, I like my method.
What would you call it? Pinochet?
Pinochet's helicopter tours.
Fucking didn't they all crash?
No, they just take them out and dropped them in the ocean.
Right.
That was what Pinochet was doing when he wanted to get rid of the Marxists.
Pinochet, yeah,
Yeah,
it's the old,
he just took them in his helicopter over the sea,
free helicopter
far
rides.
enough out.
Yeah,
There you go, mate.
What was that fucking
That's where
film?
the-
It was Scarface. I remember that.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
chucked
yeah.
them out there.
that's what the
Pretty
mean is,
handy.
the free helicopter rides.
Right.
That's
So
what it is.
for any of you who haven't read the text because of reasons you might be listening to this during your work, Rochdale grooming gang members 51, 52 lose their human rights appeal against being deported from the UK to Pakistan. There's nothing to see, by the way. Yeah, quite. 2 grooming gangs will be deported. 2 grooming gang members, I should say, will be deported to Pakistan after losing their appeal. Amil Khan, beautiful British name, and Abdul Rufu, another British name, 52, obviously, committed a string of sexual abuse offences. Khan got 13-year-old pregnant and violently trafficked a 15-year-old to others. Police say as many as 47 girls were trafficked and raped by the grooming.
And the police are going to deal with this now, are they?
Well, right, that reminds me of a story. Right, can you mention that about taxiing or not?
Yeah, I can talk about that.
Right, over to you.
So I still actually have my taxi license, but I'm unlikely
After this, you probably
I'm
won't.
unlikely to ever work as a taxi driver again. But yeah, to keep my license a few years ago, I did have to go on a up-to-date course to teach us about awareness of grooming, and this was hosted by a member of the North Somerset Council and a retired cop who now worked investigating grooming. And he talked about 3 major types that we were supposed to look out for. One was the Romanian gangs. That was sex trafficking. Yeah, I think it's sex trafficking. They're basically bringing girls over from Romania and making them prostitutes.
Slave labor, using
slave
people.
labour.
Form for that.
And
area.
then in the nail salons, it's Vietnamese, I believe.
Gardeners.
And he went absolutely had no problems in highlighting what it was. And then he said also there's another one. It's grooming girls, and it sort of basically went really quiet. So he said, watch out for that. And it was so obvious this guy was being completely Sharia compliant. It was embarrassing.
Yeah.
And
it's quite a good thing though to use taxi drivers as a bit of a intelligence tool for that.
But also,
sort of
lots of taxi drivers have been involved in it. I think it was Oxford. I think it was the Oxford
other
grooming
problem
gang.
you
that
have is
had
also the drugs stopped running during Ramadan.
Yeah,
that's a fact. Anyway, it's unfortunate but tough shit. So basically,
well, if anybody, there was a rather based young woman there who, taxi driver, had a rather big mouth, and she really wanted to talk about it. And as soon as she started mentioning the I word or the M word, the copper actually went physically. No.
That's ridiculous.
And shut her down. Wouldn't let her talk. And I was just sitting there, I had my arms crossed. I was like, keep your license. Just shut up. Let's keep your license.
But yeah, fuck it. I wouldn't have. I can't help myself.
The thing is, they're the problem. They're the problem. Because they're the people that should be standing up and saying what it is.
Do you want to talk about the Pelosi thing that I know nothing about?
No, I want to keep on the immigration thing. We can talk about the arrivals today.
Right, hang on, we're going to go down. Where is it?
Yeah, there's the arrival video. We're on the subject.
Since we're on the subject, let's.
And we were going to keep this brief.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
He wants to keep it brief. I know.
No, here's the date. Everything. Fuck me. Here we go. I've got to share that. No, the reason I want to keep it brief is because everybody fucking knows about it, and if they're not doing anything now, they never fucking will.
Yeah, I mean, but I think we can bring up that post as well in a minute with Liam T. And Liam T. I remember.
Is that the troll
screenshot one? No, the screenshot one, which be underneath.
Right.
There it is underneath.
Okay, now what I'm going to do is. What the fuck are we seeing here?
So this is the English channel. This is new arrivals today. This is new arrivals. Doctors, engineers.
Yeah, they're all fucking doctors, mate.
Especially that guy there. He looks.
Oh, he looks like he's better. He'd make Isambard Kingdom Brunel look dense.
He's not part of the first cousin brigade, is he? Is he past the first cousin brigade?
He's not first past the post, is he? I'd turn that shit off. I can't watch that one anymore.
What he said. But then go underneath him. We can bring Liam T's up.
Right.
Just for everyone.
Hang on a second. Hang on. All right. He is so demanding, old based.
Well, you wanted it quick, didn't you?
Not like that, I didn't. You dirty slut. Right, move on. What are you saying?
Okay.
Is
that the main screen or that main?
No, read that one. An incredibly busy day on the channel so far today, 500 plus and counting, and it's not even midday. Just spoke to our man on the spot, Chris Johnson. CJ reckons well over 1,000 before the day is out. He will update me later. Absolute carnage.
Yeah. So if anyone knows CJ, Chris Johnson, he's the main migrant hunter down there. He's been doing it for many years. He's been doing it since the mid-teens. So, I don't know what it was. We'll find out later on, find out tomorrow, but looks like it's going to be another 1,000. And congratulations, may I say, for Liam T. He proposed to his missus yesterday, Cheryl, and they're going to get married next year. So congratulations. He's a good lad as well. He's down there reporting, living in Folkestone. He's always down there. He doesn't get much recognition. So sub to him if you could, chaps, and if you can put that in the chat for everyone.
Excellent. Right,
Good
let's
work.
move off that, and I'm going to see what else we have. What's this? This is
This will
this
make
is
you laugh.
trolling, isn't it?
Yeah,
Right.
this is funny.
So let's get the context
Right,
first.
hang on. Let me just get it set up. Oh fuck me. Here we are. Right.
Okay, so the context on this, chaps, is pretty funny. These two lads, you don't really see the second chap. He's an Asian chap, but he has a picture of Michael Obama, you know, the wife. And he literally says, he's got a picture of Michael Obama, the other guy. I think he went fully idiot. But this guy does a real good job.
This
He
is so
says he's a Twitter employee that's just been sacked. And basically, they're just trolling. They fucking trolled mainstream media and they posted it out. I'm sure a couple of you might have seen it. But for the ones who haven't, this is funny as fuck. Listen, wait there, wait there. Wait, the last comment. I've got to go home and see the husband and wife.
Based.
That's what he says.
You sport.
Ah.
What do you think Twitter will look like?
I mean, if free speech is, Nazis saying that, trans women shouldn't, use women's locker rooms, then awesome. I guess mission accomplished. We'll see. Listen, I got to touch base with my husband and wife. I got to get out of here. All right. Thank you, guys. Sorry. Daniel.
His smile at the
Thank
end.
you.
He cracked. He
Yeah.
cracked and smiled.
Have you seen the game? There's a little smirk on him at the end.
Yeah, he kept a really straight face.
You need to screenshot it.
My
to
husband and
catch
wife.
it.
I got to get out of here. All right.
Here you go.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, it's coming up now.
What's your name?
Who is this? He's
just
a troll.
trolling. He's just fucking trolled.
pretended to be a Twitter employee that just been sacked. And he's
Right,
saying, so this is.
and
I didn't get it right, so I got to look at it now with different eyes.
Yeah.
His own words. What do you make of that? What do you think Twitter will look like?
I mean, if free speech is, Nazis saying that, trans women shouldn't, use women's locker rooms, then awesome. I guess mission accomplished. We'll see. Listen, I got to touch base with my husband and wife. I got to get out of here. All right. Thank you, guys.
What's your name?
Sorry, Daniel. Thank you.
Top trolley. I mean, he's so strong in it.
That might get funnier every time.
One more. Tosser.
What do you make of that? What do you think Twitter will look like?
I mean, if free speech is, Nazis saying that, trans women shouldn't, use women's locker rooms, then awesome. I guess mission accomplished. We'll see. Listen, I got to touch base with my husband and wife. I got to get out of here. All right. Thank you, guys.
What a wanker. Right, okay, that's enough of that. Anyway, right.
Anyway, this is the other guy. He's got Michelle Obama. He's next to him, as you can see. He's saying, "Oh, I love Michelle Obama."
Right, let's look into actually opening up the phone lines and getting somebody to ring in who really wants to ruin my days.
Can we move on?
No, no,
Come on.
no, we're getting call-ins now. Right, yeah. Hello,
Hello.
how's it going?
I'm okay, Simon. Hold on, I'll turn you down.
No worries, mate.
Usual thing.
Yeah, standard.
Yeah, so shall we touch on the immigration coming over in the boats?
Well, yeah, it's
Yeah.
better than getting home to the husband and wife, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah, of course. Well, not just immigration, but other things as well. It's the whole fairness of it, isn't it?
What, you mean like coming over here, getting everything that we don't, and then getting by? I mean, here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
I took Jew today in a place on a site which is a massive global complex job, right? And all they are is lots and lots of people from, I don't know what country they're from, but they're very, very dark. All right, and they can't speak a word of English. And give you some idea, when they're writing down your number plate, they're like this: A, B, C. When I tell them where I'm from, it's a 3-digit name. They can't get it. I've got to write it down, or I've got to fill out their paperwork. Right? They can't even stick a hard hat on. Right? It's got to go sort of half crooked. Right? These people are unfortunately not very bright. Right? They're hard working. No, actually, that's a lie. It's fucking full of shit. They're not actually. They rock up and they sit there, and they can't even be bothered to push the fucking button. But they are there in the morning, and they're there to the end. You know the sort of job that would turn the most normal person absolutely fucking catatonic. Well, they can cope with it. You know why? Because they're fucking flatline. Anyway, Just thought I'd say that. Let's get it off the plate a bit there. Fuck it.
Yeah,
Anyway, so
like
these...
on a personal point of view,
yeah, go on.
is like my girl's a Filipina, and I'm going through the process of getting a visa, and it's well over £1,000. I'm doing it all legal. I'm doing it all right, and
yeah, because she wants to come in and simulate. They don't like that, mate. Yeah, if you said she was going to come in, turn Muslim, and strap. Oh, I nearly went there, didn't I? Jeez,
yeah,
I nearly went there.
You did. Yeah,
right, yeah. Well, just no. Unfortunately, right.
Well, I know someone online. His name's Horace. He's not the Horace.
Is that game? Do you remember Horace?
But he's got a Filipino and Malaysian wife, and he's bringing her over legally, and he's had a hell of a time doing it.
Yeah, they don't want them over here because these people love the country. They want to come in for the right reasons.
But if you turn up on the dinghy, like you said, you turn up on the beach.
Absolutely, yeah.
You'll be processed in tops maybe a week now. They used to process them in 24 hours. They've got to process them because more keep on arriving, so they've got to push them through. I mean, for example, there was 36,000 in hotels in February this year. And since then, we've had another 38,000 come through. And of all accounts, when they done the figures the other day, I worked out that they must have moved on 20,000. So that's 20,000 in community housing of some description that have beat the queue. That have beat the queue. So yeah, they've moved out of the hotels because they have to move them because they're being replaced all the time, and they're moving them and they're jumping the queue clearly, right, to move on like 20,000 to community housing, of whatever description that is.
And then it comes on to
they've
benefits.
all got nice cars, right? Well, how is it when you get straight off the boat, you can afford a 18 plate or a 19 or a 20 plate motor? You've got no credit history. You've got no work history. You've got no fucking history. And yet, if one of us asked for it, not a fucking chance. But they all have fucking nice cars, and yet when you go down further to the white people who are working there, they're all running on 56 plate fucking micros and shit like that.
I just don't get the whole system. Look, I mean, we're giving money to the Iranians.
Hang on.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And we're not allowed to say, are we?
Yeah, but we're feeding the Ukrainians money for the war. We're feeding this. We're feeding the asylum seekers for all this money, and then we're being told that we've got no money and we're going to have to pay it all back. I mean,
no, we got no money for you, sir.
So
yeah, of course,
they get free taxis. They obviously the free healthcare, free everything. £38.
I ain't got a dentist. I'm a veteran. I ain't got a dentist.
Mate, I know.
I mean, I think if you go down the rabbit hole, you just go, okay, this is being done deliberately. It's to demoralise people.
It's got to be. Yeah, of course.
They've got mobile dentists.
It's to cause racial hatred.
Yeah. They want to see the country collapse as it is a strong country, and the strongest country, I suppose, take the most determined effort.
It's every country,
and the authorities know what they're doing, because I mean I spoke to Amanda, Yorkshire Rose, big up Yorkshire Rose, put her links in the chat. Everyone.
Oh yeah.
And I see her go to videos on a regular, go to hotels on a regular, and where she's going seems to be just outside the town a lot of the time. It's on the outskirts of the town.
Hidden away as if we're stupid and we're thick as shit.
Exactly, to call it. Now, if
they're
we look
fucking everywhere, aren't they? Now,
if they look at Cardiff, I think it's 4 or 5 hotels now, but it's all like next to the M4, next to Cardiff Airport, next to the junction on the M4.
They're fucking next to everywhere.
Yeah, but they're not normally in the town centre. They want to push them out the way so that people don't see them, and then they'll push them into council housing. And of course, when they push them into council housing, they've been spread out. What's the word? Diluted down, because they're not like 100 in a hotel now.
Well,
they're spread out in different postcodes all over the country.
Based, you know this.
They're trying to learn from their mistakes of the 1980s, aren't they? Because in the 80s they stuck all the Pakistanis in one area, all the West Indians in one area. But they're not going to do that this time. They're going to try and make not one area bad, the whole flipping town bad.
Right. Remember, or you might not know, I did a video about it recently, about the 15-minute neighborhood.
Yeah.
Right? And what they want to do is they want every different color in there. Right now, I live in a 99.9% white village. Right.
Yeah.
That won't be accepted. Now, just up the road now, right, they have a hotel which was one of those massive new chain of hotels that was made, and very shortly after it was made, was full of immigrants, and has stayed full of immigrants ever since, right? But there's every fucking hotel all up and down the country, all into the villages, the cities, and everything else. This is an invading fucking army, right? And they're getting
Absolutely.
ready. Now, I don't know about the rest of these dull cunts that live around here, but they wouldn't have a fucking Scooby-Doo about how to ever look after themselves if the worst going to the worst. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
When you come from a third world country that fucking hates you, that you shit all over for name time, right? You're not going to be too pleased. Here's the thing. If you've come from fuck all, you're going to know how to defend yourself. Because reasons, right? So when
Yeah,
all
of
the
course.
soy-beating fucking wankers decide to say, oh, can't we be friends? Yeah, fuck off, mate. Of course we can't. We own your ass.
I mean, what's a crying shame is like when I went in the army, we all come out the cities, Birmingham, Liverpool, London, and now they don't. They don't even recruit from the cities. They go to the shires because they're still getting people that think they're fighting for England and the Rose and all that rubbish shit crap because they're not. And the thing is, when you take boys out the shire, Shropshire and Wiltshire, they're not as tough as the boys from the city. I'm sorry, but that's the way it goes.
Well, the blokes from the
And-
city are fucking watching their own because at the end of the day, there's an army of cunts that hate them.
Yeah, but let's be fair, chaps. As we found out from the Navy, they're not looking for white straight males anymore. They're not welcome
No.
in the Navy. They're looking for
No.
lesbians, trans, minorities,
Yeah.
people with disabilities, people we could call special. Yeah, people that shouldn't
Yeah.
fucking be in the army.
That's right, yeah. Of course, yeah.
Choose
Oh,
someone.
dear me. I'm going to have to stop watching this show. It gets me depressed.
Sorry. But what do you think? I mean, I would suggest we're fucked. And I mean, really,
Yeah, I do. Like, and it must be a worldwide thing because
it is. It's not just us. Right?
Texas is under the cosh, isn't it, with their immigration, and everyone that's coming across that border is Hispanic or from the poorer West Indian islands, and we've both got the same problem, and no one gives a shit.
Yeah, but to be fair, quite a lot of the Hispanics that are coming over to America, they're rather conservative, as it turns out. So the Democrats, obviously, were expecting like the more refugees, the more Mexicans, South Americans,
Yeah.
Latinos, the better. As it turns out, the Latinos are not. They're out of all the minorities, they're the worst to actually support
It's completely
So-
different.
the Democrats.
in South America.
So do you think that?
Sorry.
Do you think that's why the Tory party's gone down the sort of the Democrat route, in the sense that they're trying to not be Tory anymore? Because
No.
surely the Tories letting all these people come over on the boats is voting for Christmas, isn't it?
What did he say at the end?
Turkeys voting for Christmas. I mean,
No, it is though, isn't it?
I think the Tories basically just see money. I think,
Yeah.
Isn't it 20% of the money they make comes from the construction industry? So if you don't have a stream of people coming that need houses,
So-
you don't have a housing crisis.
I know we're building about
Construction doesn't make the money.
we're building about 250,000 houses a year. We need about 400.
So there you go.
Yeah.
No, we don't. We don't fucking need
No, we
them.
don't.
Right, I'm going off again. You fucking started
You
this.
should chill.
No, I don't want to. I'm going to get emotional. Fuck it, right? Here's the thing, right? We've got a declining population, where's the fucking the Spuddy is Ireland, right? They weren't always, were they? But let's not get into that because I like the Irish,
Yeah.
right? So here's the thing, right?
Some of them.
They worked out during the 90s and 2000 that they had a decline in population. They thought, what are we going to do about this? Well, what we'll do is we'll tell them that it's a bad thing to breed because of fucking socialist ideas and that you're all fucking useless oxygen thieves and that we're bad on the environment. But here's the thing. All of these poor people from over in some country that don't relate to you, don't like your culture, certainly don't believe in Christianity, and don't share your values, we're going to flood your country with that because if you say anything about it, you're a bigot, racist cunt. But
Yeah.
they need to breed. Why? That's their culture. Hang on a second. Breeding is a culture thing. So white people don't breed because that's not our culture. No, it's a human thing. If you don't breed, your existence dies. Oh, hang on a second. Is that the idea?
But in all fairness, I'm thinking the
was
UK.
off.
I'm thinking the UK's.
I was off there.
Yeah, I'm just I'll jump in.
you
Yeah,
can.
I thought the UK is fucked, and it is, and it's going that route. But Ireland is on fucking steroids.
Mate.
It is fucking
Yeah.
flat
Is
out.
it something like a quarter? of
Right,
the
I
population
predicted it,
that's been
didn't I?
replaced?
Right, I predicted
Well,
this.
I think in 5 years they're looking for like 5 million or something. It's
Right, here's the
crazy.
thing, right? Ireland was at the time it was 3.1 million or something like that at the
Well,
time, right? Now I
yeah.
predicted there would be over 1 million immigrants. I predicted it 4.5 years, 5 years ago, right? In 10 years, they all call me mental. There's over 1 million immigrants already, right? That's a quarter of the population now, right? Of there are immigrants, and a load of them are from that. Where's that fake war? I can't remember the name. Can you remember the name? Fake war. That direction.
Ukraine.
Oh, that's the one. Yeah. Anyway, right. So they've all piled over, and prostitution's gone through the roof. Drug taking, lawlessness. But don't worry, they're not on their own, because those other flavour of people that they brought over also are robbing and beating up people. And
well, the thing is, I mean, you've got like the boy zone that come out of Ireland, and within a couple of years' time, it'll be Albanian zone, wouldn't it?
Boy zone. Yeah, brilliant. Can't fucking wait for it. Hey, at least they might stand a chance of winning Eurovision Song Contest, because at the moment the fake war country is going to have it every year, isn't they?
Well, I like to step in it. It's not a fake war. There is people getting killed out there.
Yeah, what I'm saying is it's not a war for the reasons we believe it.
No, I don't think so at all. No, I mean, back in the day, I knew. Yeah. I mean, if you go back in history, the Ukrainians were in the SS. Lots of them, thousands of them were in SS regiments.
I think 50% of them were voting that way, and they weren't actually that shy of it even till late.
Like, can you go back to the Bosnian War? And you've only got to look at the politics. I mean, that country of Yugoslavia was forced together by Britain and America. Mm-hmm. And it was 4 different countries. The one country, the Croats, were pro-German. They had SS regiments, Croats, pro-German.
Right.
The Slavs were pro-Russian. The Bosnians were on their own, and you had a mixture of Muslims as well. You throw them all together. 20 years later, they all kick off. What did they expect?
Well, I can't believe you're so bigoted to expect that. Anyway, honestly,
don't you realise diversity is their strength?
Oh, fuck me up and down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I honestly, seriously, I have friends digging out war graves over there. It was great, and it was unbelievable. The purge.
It's in 91 or 92.
He was over there.
Shocking. And you know what? There was something that I wanted to bring up the other week with you, but there's so much to talk about. But one of the main reasons why I didn't vote to stay in Europe, I mean, there was other reasons as well, but the main one was I had the EU president saying, "Oh, we've kept Europe free of war, blah 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 blah," and in the 90s, there's a war going on, which they couldn't sort out because they're pathetic, and NATO had to go there. And also, they're telling us that we all live in this wonderland of strawberries and fucking fresh cream yogurt, and the Slavs and the Croats are putting each other in concentration camps and killing each other. Yeah. What a lie. What a fucking lie. Excuse my French, guys. It's a fucking lie.
It's all a lie. Fucking swearing on this channel, mate.
Absolutely.
No. Incidentally, G, by the way, if there is a knock at the door, can you let him know? We've got guests coming down. They're a bit late on parade. They're only coming down from Manchester. They want to watch this. So we've got to keep
But there is one shining light that I've seen is a lot of people might scoff because it had bad reviews when it first started, but GB News is getting better and better. Their viewing figures have gone up, and I will say this: they are touching on subjects that no one else touches, and that must be good to get it out there, get stuff out there. You know,
I don't watch the telly at all, so I haven't been watching.
Well, they're all over the YouTube now, the GB News. I mean, I think their viewing figures have gone through the roof, which is a good thing.
Yeah, I did hear that.
I mean, even if they're sort of right wing light, at least it is.
But they're controlled by Ofcom at the end of the day, just like everywhere else. But they are a light version, and they're like
in a way, though, it has to be that way, because you can't just go into the boomers and just sort of throw at them sort of like a conversation you might see on the local disease or what have you. You've got to you got to lube them up first. You've got to ease them in, So maybe GB News is a really good idea.
I think it is.
Yeah,
that Tom Harwood.
He's the one. Is he?
Yeah.
Is he the one that knelt down for Black Lives Matter?
He kneels down for more than Black Lives Matter.
Oh, does he? Yeah. Oh, I see.
Right. By the way, if there are people. All right, mate. No worries. Well, cheers for calling. I'll speak to you next week. All right.
Okay then. Ta-da.
Right, no worries.
Bye-bye.
Right. If some of you are wondering why it's a bit quiet, the problem is I haven't got another mic at the moment and we're trying to share between me and Matt. And this thing is directional, so we're making do what we've got. I bought 2 screens today because I can't work between all the I can't do it all through one screen because I'm shit. So it was either that or a mic. There you go. Hello, how you doing?
All right, thanks, you.
Yeah. I know the voice. How is it?
Yeah, I've called them before. Yeah, I'm just all right. So not bad. I just want to talk about the asylum seekers in hotels. It's got a story for you about it. 4-star hotel in Cheshire.
Go on.
He literally, Simon said to me, Leon, the punters don't want to talk about asylum seekers, and both callers.
Right.
Both callers have talked about asylum seekers.
I said I don't want to keep showing footage of it, right? Because they already fucking know. Now, if they want to talk about it, crack on.
Yes, caller, carry on. Sorry to interrupt you.
Sorry, you fucker.
It's just when you seem to.
Anyway, crack on.
To the 4-star hotel, and part of Cheshire, where they are, by the way, but they've been complaining that they want access to the town.
Can you say that
again? Because you were cracking up.
The residents of the hotel want access to the young women, I guess. Is that what it is?
Exactly. They want to get at the moment. They're confined to this hotel, and they want to get into the town, and that's that's the danger, isn't it?
You gotta.
I mean, you just have to look. Well, you just have to look at what's happened in Paris and other parts of Europe that we're not. They don't tell anything about on the news. Everything's like the other guy said it's milk and honey with them all, isn't it? They're all doctors and engineers, and they're all here to help us, and they're all good people, and every single one of them, and we don't know who they are. I mean, it's the Trojan horse, isn't it? It's a classic case of that. I mean, it's been said time and time again, but it is a fact.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying to the boys before we went live. The thing is, we're taking at least 400,000 every year. Over 1 million some years, and they turn around and surely they'll fill up all the vacancies in the NHS, considering all the doctors and nurses that come in. Because of all accounts,
well, of course,
of all accounts, how much jobs do they need? I mean, there's a lot coming through on the dinghies. Surely that would cover all the. Oh, that's right. Doctors and nurses arrive on a fucking flight with a guy with a sign saying, "Mr. Patel, come this way," with a fucking taxi. That's right. That's how they come in. They don't come in on a fucking boat.
An agency.
They're the boys shearing the kebab.
Jesus Jones, he's one of our. Just get a torch. Yeah, let me guess. Whatever.
Yeah, there's no doubt. There's no doubt that's exactly what's happening. Yeah. They're all fighting age men, aren't they? Where are all these women and children that are fleeing?
They left them to fight for their own. Let's be honest, mate. They know that women over here don't get a mustache at 25. It's something to look forward to, isn't it? Right? No, seriously, right? Let's have it right. You might as well leave the old fucking wood over there and fucking dump the whole fucking thing.
Big up active in the chat.
Well, it's not as if they're going to claim fucking CSA, are they? They've dumped your fucking passport overboard when you were at the French fucking border. You're a new man.
Yeah.
Have you read the story?
Yeah,
sorry, Caller. Did you see the story this week with Kent Online, where a migrant basically walked into someone's house? Their back door was open because they let their dog out in their garden. And the African migrant walks straight into the house and says, "I need phone, or something like that." Intimidated the householder. Kent Online described it as, "Oh, there was no offence, there was no problem."
There wouldn't have been, but there would have been nothing reported either.
Yeah, well, they just made it out. As it turns out, the woman's now, gave a statement to the police. The police ignored her statement, basically. It said it was
surprise.
And the funny thing was, she's fought back now, and she's given a number of interviews. She was on GB News.
And now they'll nick her for racialism or something.
Well, she said it clearly, he clearly wasn't invited, and I asked him to leave, and he didn't leave.
Well, he wouldn't do it because a woman's attitude, or a woman's half of, isn't she? And a white woman's half of that.
The police completely blanked it as any crime
whatsoever. They can't talk about it.
And Kent Online wanted a goodie bag for him. You know what I mean?
Fuck that, right? But you remember the Barcelona Declaration, the Marrakesh, and all the rest of it. All of this is to promote Islam and never to put it in a bad light. So useless person who belongs to it coming in and doing all sorts. Well, we'll just shut that down. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it does that. Yeah, it's one bad egg, isn't it? It's not. That's how it's not even reported on, is it?
Well, it's just hang on.
There
you go. You got one there. Right, hang on. Buy trigger a treat. There you go.
Lovely job, lady.
Thank you very much.
Who's that
trigger? You can see it over there. Look, see it on the screen.
There
you go.
Right.
We're showing based how to use this at the moment, and a few other technological parts. Except, well, I mean, we'll get our own mic. We'll be fine. At the moment, we're all going to get nits. Do you remember when kids used to do that with their own, didn't they? So anyway, yeah. So migrants, great. That's just a gift that keeps giving.
And just to throw in again, you know the London
I know.
Bridge attack.
When's it going to end?
It's
When's
not
it gonna
going
end?
to.
Yeah.
It
Everyone
all
knows
talks off. I mean, the RNLI are a disgrace as far as I'm concerned.
What, the
I
ferry
just don't get it.
service?
They've gone into French waters. Yeah, they've gone into French waters. Haven't they?
Mate,
Above and
mate.
beyond that.
Common purpose has been through the RNLI a long time ago. You do as you're told.
Yeah.
You do what we say. You do not question, or you'll be out as quick as we fucking decide. That's it.
I sent it back and said, stop being used as an Uber service.
Yeah, but I just don't understand why they can't. The Navy, why they can't use the Navy and the
Navy
those inflatable, and just turn them around. They would do, wouldn't they? International like that rescue and sea. Yeah, of course they would have to, wouldn't they?
Unless you get in a proper based parliament that actually says the Navy right patrol, and we don't care if you put some really really big waves by these dinghies, and just terrify the head out of them, send them back, and then the message will get across. But we it's a long time away from happening. Isn't it?
The French aren't helping, are they?
So English Bulldogs, big up English
Fucking
Bulldogs.
legendary. 16-year-old, full of grey beard, grey hair, crow's feet. Fucking legendary. Yeah, it looks worse than me. Well, I wouldn't say that much, but yeah, you get it.
So did anyone see story today? I done a tweet on it, and I've had like 40-odd retweets. You can bring it up because it shows the London Bridge attacker that they've done a I don't know.
Reenactment?
Well, they're inquiry. Sorry, that's the word I was looking for. Some sort of inquiry comes, and they've actually said they're not going to use the name of the perp, the animal, right? The ex-terrorist that was such a model terrorist prisoner that he ended up getting out of prison, getting an ASBO lifted for 48 hours in London.
So he can get on with it.
So he can go to London and then kill the people that brought him to London and then try and kill a few more people. They said they will not name him in the report because it will demonize the religion of peace.
Who cares?
I've got it here.
No. What I'm saying is, here's the thing.
Crazy.
If you can't question the religion of peace, then it's in the same bracket as something else you can't question.
Yeah, well, it's facts, isn't it? They don't like facts. That's the whole point of it. It doesn't matter what it relates to. If it doesn't suit what they're trying to push.
Yeah, mate, we're heading for war.
Well, I think it's coming. I think civil war's coming in this country because it's already becoming.
Hypothetically speaking,
I mean, look at what's going on with other religions.
If this was a film, right?
Bring in diversity with them.
If this was a film, there would be many people hoping and praying for this to happen sooner rather than later if it was a film. Right?
Look, it's progress.
Right?
Just
Because
remember, it's progress.
in any sort of normal film, they go by the logic that if you waited, the longer you wait, the more the numbers build up. So if you were watching a film, there'll be somebody there thinking to themselves, sooner the better. And I have to say, when you look at these films, you go, probably got a point. But anyway.
Well, that's the acceleration theory, isn't it?
Yeah, well, acceleration is at this moment the best thing. If you sit and wait, your position is or becomes weaker until the point of being untenable, which is not far off. Right? Yeah. If you were at war in any battle, you wouldn't wait for the enemy, as it were, right? And we're talking about battles of the past. We're not talking about a current situation, right? We're saying that if you were, you wouldn't wait for the battle so that the enemy had all the arms, all the people, all supplies, and everything was in his favor, because otherwise you're going to fucking lose.
You take it to them before they're ready.
But that's common sense, and we can't talk about that, can we?
No, exactly.
Anyway, buddy, I'm going to get on to the next one.
All right, next one, let's get on. Yeah,
no worries. Well, thanks for calling in, mate.
Enjoying it.
All right, buddy.
Nice. All right.
See you later.
Oh, Jesus, this is dark.
Oh, it's not as light as the other week, was it?
Come over here for a good night.
I'll come over
Having
here.
a laugh with Dave. Dave fucks off.
For a proper calling. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Tell us a joke.
How you doing?
How you doing? You okay? I'm fine, thank you.
I'd say I was living the dream, mate, but all we're talking about at the moment is doom and gloom.
What would you like to talk about, caller?
A bit doom and gloom, if you don't mind.
Yeah, crack on, mate. Yeah.
All right. First of all, what I want to bring to mind is the time of year. It's pretty serious, really. Halloween and all that. A lot of kids are going missing this time of year, yeah. And I've been talking to some people lately that are into all this, and it's really fucking shocking, Brooks.
No one's doing anything about it.
What kids are going missing from where?
Social services mainly.
Right.
They're
Okay.
hiding them.
So these are kids that have been taken into care because parents are either dead or are fucked on drugs or whatever else. They've been
Or
seized.
any excuse the state can use to take them away from
Yeah.
parents.
Right.
Any excuse to take the kid. That's right.
That's
Any
it.
excuse to take
Because
the
they,
kid.
they
That's
get
good
50,
money.
they
Good
get
money.
50
They got-
grand every time they
They
take a
got a
kid
hole
in.
in their shoe. Right, that's it.
That's right. But it's where the kids go.
Where
Where
do
do
they
they
go?
fucking go?
Jimmy
I don't know,
Savile's
mate.
favourite.
Well, it ain't fucking Jimmy Savile. He's
Well,
dead. But
yeah.
no, on a serious note, I have heard that over the years that the most vulnerable kids, the ones that were taken from the worst situation where nobody would really notice, they were the ones that went missing. And if you know Melanie Shaw,
No, I was about to
Right.
try and think of her name.
yeah, Melanie Shaw was one of these that had come from that situation. But the thing is, the problem with Melanie Shaw is she had a photographic memory, so that she knew
Right.
all the number plates of all the people that came there and did what they did. And then she started spilling the beans, and it was that got her liquid cosh.
She literally knows where the bodies are buried.
I don't know
All
about
right.
that, but she knows about the people, the ex-police chiefs, the MPs, the other people like that came to
VIPs.
these places and took these kids.
Sick.
Or
Oh, it's just
Absolutely.
yeah, this will keep going because I don't know if you noticed that it's been said in the paper that Rishi Sunak's little monologue or montage of video footage was put together with a backing tune from him,
Oh, Gary Glitter.
Gary Glitter. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Gary Glitter's tune was used on Rishi Sunak's monologue of "I plan to help, I plan to do this, I plan to
What
do
the
that."
fuck?
you couldn't make it
They're
up, could you,
taking
really? Let's be
the
honest.
fucking piss out of us.
And I haven't heard it.
I know.
I saw a clip that said it sounded a bit like the song, so I don't know whether it's
Well,
absolutely.
I
the song.
believe you know the drum bit,
Which song is it?
which is right. Have a look.
I know
Just
the
go
one.
on the meeting.
I know
But,
that one.
but it was what they called it used to some glam rock, wasn't it? So it was a glam rock beat that was going on in the background, and the more astute, we'll call it the autistic army, went, hang on a fucking minute, that is, and they pointed out, and then they denied all knowledge. Now, I would like to say it was an innocent mistake. I would like to say that Sunak probably would have no indication or idea about anything because he's got a party around him. But I would say there's some
However-
sick people in the background that either love the idea of the entire government being a bunch of nonsense, or
They got advisors to deal with that fucking shit, haven't they?
It's psyop
You would
stuff,
think
isn't
that,
it? You
right?
think, isn't it?
but isn't there, or don't you think that there's they've always got to be poking our ribs, taking the piss?
That's what I mean.
Yeah, they're
Insulting
taking
us.
the piss, mate.
It's them saying,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
what we can do.
They're getting
Doing it.
confident with it as well, though. That's the
We've
trouble.
just elected a Pakistani or something like that, an Indian geezer,
I think
right?
he's Hindu.
He's Hindu. Well, no,
No,
you could
Or-
be.
Or as the Tory MP said
Well,
they,
he's globalist.
although Tory MP at Parliament, he was interviewed, he said, Inshallah.
Have it. Well,
He's
we,
fucking Hindu,
listen.
not Muslim.
right, we have got
Listen.
he's Hindu, but the other way, we've got ourselves an Indian-looking bloke coming in, right, who came in by the back door, I like to say, and
Yeah.
also is a total globalist who will do nothing else but Klaus Schwab's work, and he's been.
He's not lawfully allowed to be Prime Minister under common law. He's not lawfully allowed to be a Prime
Were you the one that sent me the message?
Minister.
Yeah. Now, under common law, it says that nobody who was born outside of Great Britain could be. Is that what you was telling me?
For 2 generations.
Right. Okay, that's
Yeah.
an interesting
In
one.
America.
I knew that was an American thing.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was the same.
I don't know.
2 generations.
I honestly don't know, so I can't comment. But
So how the fuck is he
yeah,
there?
but does it matter anyway? Because they don't. I mean, if you actually thought that democracy rules or even exists these days, you would be daft. But I don't think you think that. Here's the thing: they're doing this just to laugh at us, just to take the piss,
Yeah, dead right.
just to try and stir it up.
Taking the piss, mate.
And
That's all they want to do.
We've put somebody in there you don't like, and we're going to put a nonce tune behind it. What are you going to do about it? Oh, fuck all, because that's exactly what you can do.
Yeah, so why ain't no one doing fuck all about it, really?
'Cause
Come on.
They ain't got the guts.
I'm cracking on a bit like you. Back
Right.
in the day, man, we'd have fucking gone and had it with them.
They
What's
ain't,
going on?
they ain't got the guts.
Yeah, they've been trained not to, haven't they? They've been fucking indoctrinated, whatever it is, in school.
That's
Yeah.
very true point.
I mean, you and me
We're
failed
being
at school, which made us a better person.
We've
Simple as
been
that.
absolutely conditioned through the sort of the nanny
Yeah.
state to just continually.
How are they
accept the
getting away
authority.
with it, bro?
And
How do
they
they get
always
away
lay
with
in the things. Oh, they want to tell you what shape your carrots have got to be, and everyone goes, "Oh, what are you going to do?" But it's constant conditioning to get you. You
Yeah,
have
but
to
something's
keep
got
the
to be done,
authority,
man.
and you have no rights. They want to remove any. any sort of link to, you know, a constitution or common law rights that we might have, and convince us that.
Yeah, but common law stands. Common law stands.
I don't
but no
know
one's
enough about it.
Nobody will back it up. That's the problem we've got.
Yeah, you need confidence in it. But you
Right.
know,
At the moment, we stand.
That's right.
The problem is, I'll bring that back here. The problem we've got, right, is we've got a massive population of gutless men who want to get their head down and want you. That's you to take the risk, to take all the chances. If you fix the problem,
Yeah.
they'll pat you on the back and say, we're with you all the way. If you lose, they'll say, fucking idiot, I didn't believe in it anyway, right? Gutless. We had a generation of people who were brought up to think about themselves and themselves only. The century of self did that, right?
Yeah,
there
I'll see
are
that.
very few people that think about our heritage and our country, and these are the people that didn't do well at school, generally.
Generally. Yeah, I know. I just find it a bit shocking because I'm cracking on a bit and I'm used to the old ways.
Yeah,
It just seems like I've been speaking to someone who's quite into it. It all seems to be like the word Satanists keeps popping up. What the fuck are Satanists, man?
Right,
Where do they hang out?
Let me explain this, right? Anybody who is in the 1% are Luciferians, Satanists. They believe they don't believe in going to heaven. They believe in doing the devil's work. There is no way these cunts will ever make it there. And they actually believe that the real heaven is Satan runs it and it's hell, right? They're fucked up.
Yeah.
It's a cult. It's a complete cult, right? So
How comes it's taking over though?
well, because these cunts are all, if you think about it, right, you go to heaven, you got to work pretty fucking hard, haven't you?
Yeah, I don't fancy heaven.
Yeah,
Not for reality, no.
Right. You go to hell, all you got to do is be the worst shit ass in the world, right? Well, if you're
Yeah.
a greedy, narcissistic, psychopathic, socialist fucking wankster, right? Yeah. Right. If you're one of them, right? And all you're ever going to do is think about filling your pockets and doing all the wrong things, then you know there's only one team you'll ever be allowed on anyway. So you might as well back that team.
Yeah, but they're the same team that's taking all the fucking kiddies, bro.
Yep. Think of the worst things.
Sacrifice and all
Think of the UN. Think of the EU. Think of the World Economic Forum. Think of the World Health Organization. Think of Klaus Schwab. Think of many of the other people, right? You think about the most greediest, the most rich, right? Okay, all of that, right? You're only ever going to find people who will deal in other people's misery. And you're never going to get it, and nor am I, because we just simply aren't made that way. We don't tick that way, right? But these people are completely opposite. They like to see pain. I mean, when you talk about a globalist that decides to go over there and put like vaccinations over in Africa, and he turns these people either impotent or basically, there's that fire again.
Do you see that video today that woman put up about that school in Africa where they done a test vaccine on them? They gave half of them a placebo and half of them a real vaccine.
What, the
They just
placebo
took it
did a
out,
lot
I think.
better. Yeah, but he
Yeah, the
was
fucking kid
he was
died.
given over.
Dying on the camera, mate.
Oh Jesus!
Fuck me. But he was given vaccines, and you know the bloke I'm on about over there, and he's banned because they all ended up with either deficiencies. They all ended
in
up.
India.
Is it India?
So Bill Gates was banned from India, arrest warrants, but they've lifted that.
But he did
because
it over in Africa as well.
He deposited about $3 billion over there.
Yeah,
money.
He said
he was
openly that that he wants to
reduced.
reduce the population.
Well, so did Prince Philip.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's one of them. Well, he ain't no more, but he
well, and
was.
so's old sausage fingers, isn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's always funny taking advice off a doctor who's not a doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to program.
Well, he's a
computers
farmer
badly.
now, isn't he? Anyway, he's a farmer now as well, isn't he?
Oh,
No. He's just taking farmland away so you can use it.
Yeah, you can't grow food, so you can fucking starve.
No,
That's all it's about.
We've got to make sure that you can't do anything. Now, before long, you won't be allowed to, and Brother Disturb was telling me this, over in America, you not only got to register your allotments, you're not going to be allowed to use canning machines. You're not allowed to can your own food.
Yeah, I've heard that one. Canning.
So
You can't preserve food that you've grown, so you've got food for the winter. They want you.
So they're trying to starve everyone.
right, yeah, they are basically, and they can't have people not being starved. You're not allowed to live out of the system, and if you do live out of the system, we'll make it absolutely impossible for you to exist.
The freer you are, the less you need the government. So the more dependent you are on the government, the less likely you are is to speak up and do anything about them.
What,
It's
you're
a very
free to be
simple
starving?
sort of equation. Oh Jesus!
Fuck.
Did you do that?
Just on the fucking.
Hang on. Was there someone there or not?
No, he is. He's on the phone. We've just had the system crash right in front of us.
Are you still there, caller, or not?
Yeah, I'm still here if
Are
you can hear
still
me.
there? So the whole thing's gone down again.
Yeah, computer keeps crashing for some fucking
they're
reason.
onto us. They're onto us.
Black screen at the moment. There you go.
Hey!
Yeah, I've got black.
20 seconds.
Oh, gives a fuck.
How many
Suck
people
my
saw
balls.
We lost about 100 people.
There we go. We're back.
Do we? Right.
It was in the 800s.
Oh, yeah, I'll be back in a minute.
I was touching the.
Yeah, them numbers ain't
shut
right
up.
either, anyway, are they?
He's a fucking interferer. He went, oh, no.
So why is that crashing?
Mate, I don't know. We'll get it sorted when we're off air.
Back in the room.
I got
There
a
we
bloody
go.
hammer, ain't I? Yeah, we're back again.
Hello, loafer. Hope you're well.
We've lost about.
Anyway, you're still on the air with us. We're now on the air. Well, yeah, that was the situation. But fuck it. Right, yeah. What we did while we're off air, right? So you don't know, we just planned world domination. GCHQ, you missed that one. Fuck yeah. So there you go. Right. Well, thanks for giving us those tips. And by the way, I'll go and get that metalwork sorted out. I bet they're wondering now, aren't they? Fucking idiots.
Yeah, make sure you do.
Yeah.
Before tomorrow.
We will have a phone call off air.
Yeah, please.
Hey,
I'd like that.
and do you remember when I said I was going to do those pub streams live at
Yeah.
a real pub? All right, we're still going to do it, right?
Which one?
Can't say.
I don't know. We got to find a pub first.
Well,
Fuck off.
What about the one?
No, I got to live it.
Yeah, but they know what you.
Shush.
I know that's why I haven't mentioned
Right,
any names.
no. And incidentally, I wouldn't do it in this fucking place. I need somewhere that's got a
Well,
bit of a fucking proper landlord. Do you know what I mean?
Well, not in your postcode. Somewhere.
Well,
close.
no,
Yeah,
actually,
no.
somewhere in the centre of the country where everybody can go. That. Fucking, I'm down bloody west of Superman. Anyway, look, mate. Yeah, thanks for sticking with us through this absolute clusterfuck that I call a live stream. Yeah,
No worries, man.
and it's a professional as fucking always. Right.
Top notch.
Yeah,
Top
yeah.
notch.
Thing is, it's not actually us. It's actually the technology.
Yeah,
that-
it
that-
is.
that's
Yeah, I spent thousands for it to crash like this. Fuck it. Honestly, I
Yeah,
did.
no.
Right, the
The
old
more money you spend.
yeah, the more money, the fucking worse things get.
Trust me, chat. He's fuming.
Yeah.
He's fuming.
I'm over the fucking
It's like
moon
the
with this.
NHS. The more money
Honestly.
you give them, the more they.
Do you know my old computer that was sat there, right? That
Don't
didn't
ever-
actually crap out. He's just sat there laughing at us. Go on, you. Look at you, fucking wanker. Right, I wouldn't have done this.
Do everything, didn't
Yeah, I wouldn't have done this
Now
to
you've
you.
got a huge.
Oh,
box over
shush. Right. Here's what we're looking at. Right. We got that and that today so that I could get things on different things. We've got, you can't see it. There's one over there. Right. And we thought, yeah, it'll go well. And we've got, you can't see it. It's that over.
If you move a little bit, Matt, we'll get a bit of that in there.
What,
What have we got to
that,
do?
go that way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's that. Anyway, right. So we got all this shit going on. We got this lovely big box over there that's supposed to do everything. And every now and again it goes, no, it just turns off. And you're like, thanks for that.
Yeah.
So Daft is watching at the moment. He's going, he is a proper sharp gaming PC with $3,000 worth and the network, not the equipment. Right. I don't know whether it's the network because Dafter, the whole thing just turned off.
Yeah.
Then it turned itself back on. The steering wheel works. So fuck if I know.
Yeah. Just as a reset, like.
Nice bold spot.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
I mean,
What's that?
Don't worry, I'm not saying.
Hang on. Where's my head?
Look at it. Look at this. Look
Yeah.
at that. Do you know what? I didn't even know I had a bald spot until a couple of years ago. Because when I did my cooking videos, I used to put a camera on the ceiling and I saw a bald spot. I It's like,
Could be worse. They could call you Richard. Cranium.
oh,
Dickhead.
dickhead.
Moving on. Right. Okay. Call up. I'm going to get on to the next call. I'm going to get a kicking off here.
Yeah, no worries, man.
No worries. You take it steady, right, bud?
Can we have a
And you go.
can we have a nice call about?
No, you
funny
get what
stuff?
you're given.
Funny stuff.
Are we going to
please.
talk about Nancy
Make me laugh.
Pelosi's husband?
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Right. If you could turn the live stream off, that's still working behind you. I'm amazed
sorry.
it is.
Sorry. Right, I'm going to talk about a couple of things actually. You said, and I quote, "If you've got an allotment, the government don't know that
No,
you've
no.
got
This is
it."
the American government, not here.
Right, I was going to say, England government do know you have an allotment in this country.
Okay. Go on.
Had an allotment, and I obviously got rid of it to the family stuff. But anyway, I still know the code for it, so I can still technically go on if I need to for any reason. But yeah, you have to, when you do it, you have to sign up with it. You have to give your name, your address, anything else, and you have to pay for it by a bank card. You cannot buy it anymore with cash. You have to have it with a bank card.
By the way, I've just had a message. By the way, I've just got to read this out because it's important. Remember what we were talking about, the kids being fostered and adopted?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Apparently, the foster company sends them to Dubai for education, but you never get them returned. Who'd have thought? Eh? Cheers, Donna. By the way.
Now, obviously, I must be a little bit stupid. I thought our Prime Minister was born in Southampton.
Are you from Portsmouth?
I haven't fucking got a clue where the cunt was born, mate. Yeah, I really don't.
He's got to be from Portsmouth, no?
Oh, no,
I am
I'd like
from
to think.
Portsmouth.
No, I'd like to think it was a scummer rather than Pompey. You know what I mean?
But this is why I was obviously for that. Now, obviously, with immigration, now I'm not saying it's going to happen. However, if he is a non-English person or not born in English, which family is not, then is he going to ignore the immigration coming in and say, I didn't see nothing?
Would you think he gives a fuck? Because it's never going to affect him, is he? And incidentally, isn't he permanently looking for citizenship in America?
Yes.
Yeah.
So if he's permanently looking for citizenship in America, he's not planning to live out his
almost billionaire wife doesn't pay tax in this country.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Only got
because she's not
790 million
almost.
Oh, poor thing.
She's only a quarter away.
Right, but basically, she's registered as never living here, so she don't pay tax. Now he's wanting to get American citizenship for reasons unexplained. But if you were going to fuck over a country so badly that they'd be paying for your blood by the time you finish, would you want to stay living there?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, he hasn't got any love for this country. If he did, he would represent it differently.
Yeah. Well,
thing is a charade.
How long do you give him?
Sorry, mate.
How long do you forgive him before he is outed? And I'm not debating for the colour of his skin before any snowflakes.
Because he's shit and they get rid of him.
Yeah, because he's shit and no good at the job.
I don't know, honestly.
Yeah.
I'd give him 3 months.
You give 3 months because at the moment it does feel like though, and this is where I'm always trying to find that white pill. It feels like to me they are falling apart, and I don't mean the Tories. I mean the establishment. You know, the uni party that has got every single of our institutions and the media. It feels like they know it's falling apart, and this is the last sort of desperate thing. But then I could be so completely wrong, and this could be part of their plan.
I think the call is incorrect when he says 3 months. I think it's more like, I mean, there's going to be so much shit going on over winter. People are just want to survive it, and I honestly do think he's a full-on globalist. He's full-on with the WEF, but he'll stabilise hopefully the country a little bit, and you know. But I do understand like the establishment are losing their grip on.
Yeah. I mean, it feels to me that it's falling apart. The wheels are coming off. It's a clown car, you know, in a clown world. And
yeah, but I think people are going to be so like tied up with winter that nothing.
I mean, he's obviously a very brave prime minister. Colour, everyone in the world is celebrating how absolutely amazing it is.
What did Biden call him?
That gives him a bit longer.
What did Biden call him? You're good for that. What did Biden call
him? I don't know, but he said. I know he had.
I don't know what that is, Bryn.
Ruckin.
Oh right, I see.
Sanak.
Yeah,
Ruckin Sanak.
Yeah, it was amazing. He managed to speak 2 words.
Yeah, fucking absolute mess. But anyway, there it is.
But yeah, so that's obviously that one. Also, did you hear about, obviously you said America, reminding me, did you hear about the woman's husband who was attacked with a hammer?
Yes.
He's like,
Yeah. Pelosi.
Yes,
Yeah,
The guy that has just the most amazing instinct for trading. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
His instincts are better than
burglary.
Well, I actually said someone was burgling him for tips on shares. That's
yeah,
my
probably.
first result was.
But it is. I mean, what they need to do now in America is they need to have sensible hammer ownership, because you can't just have anyone owning a hammer.
If it's a titanium-headed hammer, right?
Yeah.
And then if you like cut a hole in it and put a bit of string around your wrist, so like
Okay, Peter Sutcliffe for hammer control.
What they need,
but the
what they
reality
need now is those little plastic
tighter
squeaky
regulations,
ones.
yeah.
You have to squeaky little hammers like that. They'll be
Tighter
okay, because obviously you can't. Hammers are the problem.
The thing is, though, I mean, a gun would have solved that problem.
I was going to say, we're in America as well. I'm surprised did you shoot him?
Yeah, I mean,
there we go.
I wanted to talk about this story. Yeah, I wanted to talk about this story. So, I from what I hear, the story.
Waiting for it to come up.
What I've heard of the story, and I can put up the tweets now. That a lot of the liberal media is saying MAGA, 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 and obviously MAGA. But the reality is, from this chap, his name's David Depew or something, right? I know what I can't.
He's
he's
rainbows in his profile.
Yeah, he's got Black Lives Matter with a rainbow American flag, which is always interesting for a MAGA supporter. And then he's a Green Party member for many years.
He's also a Q as well.
So he's a left winger that's into conspiracy theories, which is not like unheard of, eh? You know what I mean? It's not like
it's not the most thing, is it?
Well, I mean, they've got their own conspiracies, you know. So, but the reality is the close protection comes as safeguard because an alarm went off. Found two of them in their underwear. If they're both in their underwear.
Well, that was a burglar.
Well, yeah, both of them. Which is that's the report.
Was naked, wasn't he, the burglar?
Well, this is it. But
what
we found out that the burglar. We found out the burglars are nudist and went to a nudist
hang on a
wedding.
Fucking, hang on a minute. Hang on. Whoa, shut up, right. So some bloke attacks Nancy Pelosi's other half, but he's naked.
Yes.
Yeah. And Nancy's husband is in his pants, and I heard the robber was in his pants, and they were wrestling.
Hang on a minute. Hang on. Right. Just so you know, I tell these people to tell me nothing about the story before we go live, because it's going to be more interesting. Yeah. Kind of wish I'd said don't do that. But anyway, right. So what we're saying,
as it turns out, he's a card-carrying Green supporter, conspiracy theorist. That is a MAGA Republican.
Hang on a second. Hang on. I need to know a few more details. Would this bloke happen to have been younger than?
He's 46. The other guy's 82.
Do you really know it? Okay, I didn't know as much as you.
Yeah.
Well, of course he does. He was there. Anyway, right. So right. So are we saying that basically this could have been a sexual thing gone wrong?
Well, there was talk about that in Twitter.
Muttering.
Yeah. But it makes more sense that close protection came in because there was an alarm set off. But it's not like, because they've got alarms on the buildings, obviously, you know.
How the fuck do you make it from out there to in there naked with a hammer?
Well, because
no, it wasn't his hammer. It was the Pelosi's hammer. So Paul Pelosi.
So he went in there unarmed.
Tried to defend him. Yeah.
Oh, right.
He went in there with his member, I guess. You know.
You get it that time.
Oh no! Look
what
at
a
that.
cunt! We got this one fly.
It's the biggest troll, well, the smallest troll.
Yeah,
it's excellent work, though, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Fuck it! I'll tell you what, that fly's more important than fucking Nancy Pelosi's other half. Like, bollocks. Can we move on?
Yeah. So yeah, but that's the reality here. It looks like he's a Republican card wearing,
fly hating,
Green Party member that's into Black Lives Matter.
Rent boy with hammer sounds more right.
I mean, there's the other story as well. The guy's finally been sentenced for is it the culture?
Oh yeah. He's been sentenced, is he?
Yeah.
What was his sentence?
Oh, like forever, I think.
Man,
what sentence for what?
The guy that accidentally drove through
Nathan Brooks.
Right, Start again. The guy who
last Christmas, a black supremacist. What do they call themselves? The black Hebrews,
anyway, right?
The black Israelites or whatever.
He wasn't a black Israelite.
He accidentally drove through 68 people at a Christmas parade. Yes, Yeah.
What he did, he
And
put,
he's
he
finally
put, he
been
put his
sentenced.
foot down when he hit the first person, and he zigzagged across the road.
To make sure he missed every one of them.
Yeah, he killed 6.
But it was basically the
wounded
media.
about
The
40.
media was reporting it, and the minute they found out he was a black chap,
So what?
they
It all went
basically
very
went,
quiet.
"It's the car."
Yes.
The
So they
car
said the
killed all
S.
these
The
people.
S.
So this would be interesting, right? Because this is
We can
where.
get the.
Sorry,
hang on,
Paul,
hang on, hang on.
hijacked your call.
Yeah, but we'll get there in a second. So, what did the car company say when they started blaming the car? Because obviously, political
When he said
correctness.
car
They
control.
apologised, of course. Yeah. So basically,
Shit,
the
Winnebago. Sorry about that.
No,
Cruise
the
control.
Right, the liberal media basically turned around and blamed the car and not the perp. Never basically mentioned the car, the perp. Just talking about.
CNN also white-faced him.
Yes. They got form for that. You know that massive.
Oh,
form
yeah,
for
yeah.
What,
that.
they turned a person of colour into a white
they
face?
made him look more white.
Yeah.
A bit like they made Joe Rogan look
You let
sick.
one rip,
Yeah.
Trig.
So yeah, it's crazy. And caller, have you actually watched the trial at all?
I watched the video that came up on my YouTube about it earlier on. I mean, to be fair, I thought Simon put it up, but then I looked and it wasn't. So,
No, not
but
guilty.
Well, basically,
no, but obviously, I've obviously got other YouTubers anyway, and
loads of
it come up.
substance
I'm not come up on the news channel, but it come up anyway, and I was like, oh, that's a bit dodgy.
well,
and
he's been
I watched,
representing himself. He
10
has.
minutes about the film of it.
It's been a shit show from start to finish.
A bit like
Yeah.
what? A bit like a bit like
Stared the
conservative at
judge
the moment.
down.
Yeah.
She shit herself.
It's only a 1 minute clip. He shares and she closes court. She says, "All right,
She
that's
said,
it."
I'm actually really intimidated.
Yeah,
even
she
said,
said currently he's
David,
been staring at
David,
me, and I'm now getting intimidated by his staring. So we're going to close for lunch, and if he's going to carry on staring, I'm not going to allow him back into court. So he was representing himself. He wanted the judge to lose her shit so that he can claim on a mistrial. And he tried so many different things, but yeah, it never happened.
He put boxes in front of him
Yeah,
to hide.
Yeah, yeah, he built a wall. He
The guy
did.
was
He built a wall.
absolutely nuts.
He's mental.
Oh, mental.
Yeah,
I mean, how mental do you have to be to drive through 68 people?
Fairly off
He
your
killed
head.
about 6 people.
Did he
killed 6.
Did
Yeah,
he write a manifesto?
but he more, you know,
Well, no, all of his social media was about
Anti-white.
I think black Israelites they call themselves or something like that.
But yeah, I don't think he was Israelite, but
picture of him in the
They
door.
call themselves because
Anyway, we've got a
support
caller on
an
here, so should we talk to the
Sorry,
caller?
okay, sorry.
Sorry about that, Shah. We got
that's
carried
right.
away there.
But the other thing I was going to ask, obviously, it don't matter which party you vote for because they're all as corrupt as each other. However, I mean, I've always been conservative apart from once when I voted in a bloke who should be done for treason. But there we go. We all learn from our mistakes, as they say. However, do you think it's time to go to Labour now? I know they're all as bad as each other, but
Yeah.
do you think now 12 years of conservative and we've gone through how many?
Well, I'm into acceleration, so yeah, bring on Labour.
I mean, I'm not saying we need Labour, but I'm thinking, I mean, we need a change. So,
I mean, I'm still holding on hope that we could actually get some sort of, like, even if we got, say, the next general election next year.
what conservative you mean?
No, fuck them. No, I want the Conservatives and Labour to absolutely just go away. But even if we got, say, 20 or 30 genuine populist MPs, you know, say from all these other sort of populist parties, you know, For Britain, Heritage Party, etc.
Yeah.
If you got 20 or 30 of them in there, and as I say, I'm always trying to look on the bright side here.
You're looking at a third party, basically.
If they were in there, even though they're massively outnumbered, they would be committed. They would kind of be like activists in there.
Nigel Farage.
And well, I've lost faith in him, unfortunately, but he might be the one. You know, he still might be the one to actually make a difference. I don't know. I don't trust him anymore. But say like guys like David Curtin, who else have we got there?
Jimmy Savile.
like David Curtin's the guy. Like even Lawrence Fox. If you had any people like that in there, they could every day they could raise the issues, and because they've got parliamentary privilege, haven't they? And so they would be able to constantly bring it up, and they'd be working their asses off. And that might be enough to, I don't know, to make some sort of change. But as I say, I'm always looking at the bright side because I don't want there to be a revolution in this country. I don't want there to be a civil war. I want there to be a reformation. So I'm
Think
trying to
you
hold
lose,
on to
mate.
hope.
Good luck.
Yeah, I might
You're
be
more likely to
completely-
get his land
I
reformed
might be
first.
completely delusional.
I was going to say,
Well,
I'm the
I
Civil
prefer
War, and I think
always look on the
we're
bright
losing
side of
battle.
life.
Mate,
I think it's only
all you got to do is prepare for the
I think it's
worst.
like a year, and I think, and then we're going to have the Civil War. I think that'll be year or under. I think that'll be the breaking point.
This is going to be the fucking live stream of the fly.
It's not.
Yeah, I think that will be the breaking point. But
It's an ass.
What do
yeah,
you think? What do you think about though? Say like in Italy recently. So, if there's some sort of domino effect across Europe, if countries all of a sudden all start bringing in lots more sort of patriotic, populist type parliamentary people, is this going to sort of, like I say, a chain reaction that is going to inevitably change things? I don't know. That's what I hope for.
I think
Pick up the
I think
populist
some
parties.
countries. I think some countries would. I think some countries would fall under the pressure and go, "We can't do that. It's too right wing. It's too normal. We can't do that. We've got to go with what we're told. We've got to build a sheep. We've got to crowd."
You know that expression, like courage is infectious. So if one person stands up and they've got the fucking cojones to stand there and say, "No, this is bullshit."
If I'd have stood
they
up and
say the
said
right
Mum's
thing.
gravy was shit, that wouldn't annoy me.
Oh,
Just saying.
Question for all three of you individually.
I'm not guilty.
No,
No comments.
There it is.
If
The fucking thing is there.
hypothetically
Hang on.
7 inches. Sorry, go on, carry on.
Oh, you
hypothetically speaking, if for a mistake one of your friends, whether it be a good mate or a non-good mate, committed a murder, hypothetically speaking, committed a murder, banged on your front door and said, "I've just murdered somebody," right? Hypothetically speaking, would you dig the hole and bury it and ignore everything that's happened and wipe it away, or B, go, "I don't want nothing to do with this, fuck off"? In England, not America, in England.
In England, I wouldn't mention on a live stream.
All right.
Was the person my ex-wife? Who got murdered?
That's why I said hypothetically speaking, because
You're
me
still
and a
not
friend
gonna answer
said,
that.
No.
Yeah,
I would still say no. Obviously,
The problem is with these hypothetical questions, which is a good question. We're currently streaming to 787 people,
which
and I
actually
would
is about
suggest
2,000.
that's being clipped by services anyway.
Yeah, let me tell you a story.
And it'll be viewed at some point in the future. If not, it's being viewed live now.
Yes. Let me tell you a story. You're gonna love this, right? I was live once. I don't do it very often. Anyway, right? There was about, say, for instance, 550 people, maybe 600 watching, right? And I said, we're going to end this live stream. We're going to go over to Getter, and we're going to go over to what's the other one you do it on? Rumble. Anyway, I said we'll be going over in 5 minutes. So start heading off, right? They went off to Rumble and they went off to Getter. We had 450 go to Rumble. We had 150 go to Getter, and I lost 50 viewers off my stream. What do you reckon that means?
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking right, and at the moment they're saying BBC and CNN and all the rest of it. They've got like 300 and some odd views, and I'm like, of course they fucking have, sweet pea.
Yeah.
Right.
Can you do us all a favour?
What? And stop doing it.
No.
Oh.
Can you put up a video of how to set up Discord on a mobile phone, ideally an iPhone, because I've tried.
Do you want me to do it live now and show you?
I am sick as dog shit, and
it's really difficult. Don't worry. I'm a total spaz.
Okay, caller. Simon will talk you through it now because it might help out a few other people, and it should be done.
Right, Dafter, there he is. There's the. Don't hit it on the screen. Get it, go on, son. You must have. Yeah, you got it. Yes. Got it. Go on, son. Yes! High five! Ah!
Oh, he flew off. He was
no, it's there. Look, it's there. Look, open your eyes. Oh, you fucker. Oh, mate, the high point of the fucking night. Right.
That's what you get.
Okay.
Okay.
Fuck me. High five. I send I send a link. You accept the link. Once you've accepted the link, did you go through the process of giving it? You'd have to register.
Okay. Well, the first things first. Is the link in the description of your chat now?
Right. Dafter. And all of a sudden, rest in peace, the fly. Can't believe
do it in front of him now, yeah?
Oh, God, the fly.
Don't set trigger. Sorry. I might scare trigger a little bit.
Do we scare Trig? Oh, that's good. Right. Okay. What I do, I send over a link, and I've got to find the cunt now because nobody's put a link in the chat.
If you catch the fly, chopsticks.
Yeah, no, fuck the fiver, right? Okay, let me just there we go, right. Oh fuck, I try to do this because reasons, right? And I'm probably going to.
Yeah. See, sometimes there's no way.
Where's the invite? I can't even find it. Oh, I'm such a fucking waster. Daft, there's the other fly. How many we got? Right, anyway, look, I said there it is. I send you a link. I bought bananas. I'm never buying them again. Fucking swat.
That's what I'm going to try doing something else.
I buy. There he is again. Fucking bloody Johnny. Anyway, right. So I fucking honestly, I even get this in the summer. There he is again. Look, how many of them are there?
This is like Stir Crazy, the movie.
What? Where you slap it on the guy's head?
Right on your nose.
Anyway, fuck the job. Right. It's there. It's mocking me. That's a GCHQ fly.
It's a drone.
It is. Fuck it anyway, right? All you do, right, is you click on the link and then it'll ask you to do a couple of perfunctory things like register either with an email or a phone or something like that. That's the way it's got to be, right? Once you've done that, it will take you to. That's the fucking thing. Honestly, that is a. Do you remember that fucking guy? I don't know if any of you heard it, Henry Crinkle. He believes that all pigeons are actually electrical spying devices, right? Now, if that's the case, that fly there is literally fucking secret intelligence. Right. I will show you, for all of you that don't get it, right? And I have to be honest, I didn't. How you doing? Right. I will show you what you see when you go in. There you go. All right. Now, there it is. Now, I'll probably go to the first room. The first room you see, right, you won't see all these extra things down here. But when you go in, you're going to see that. And you're going to see the rules. Rules are important. Read the rules first. Otherwise, you'll probably get binned off for being a twat if you're a twat. Don't be a twat. Right? Now, as you can see in there, these are people that are in the chat. Alan's pretty much the boss in there. Dafter is fairly high up. Bulldog's been there ever since the place is created. Brody, yet again, another one you can speak to. Jay, if you like gaming, Jay's great. Now, Pete there will modify everything you've got, regardless of whether you need it or not, right? If you've got a car that does 1,000 miles an hour, that's too fucking slow, make that go quicker. That's Pete, right? And Samface is literally coming up with different information all the time. Now, when I leave here, that room will fill up like fuck, because that's where we'll go. We'll all have a chat. So when you come in and you've clicked on the rules, and it's going to ask you to verify, all you do is you click on the verify button. No big shakes. Then you'll be able to see these two rooms. The first room you go in, I couldn't have made it any more simple, right? Now, one of them is text. That's what you're seeing here. Can you see this? Right?
Yeah.
Right. So we'll go down to the bottom. We've had people join tonight. Well, actually, that's a live stream. That's somebody who's joined. That's somebody who's joined.
Zara B. I know Zara B.
Right. Okay. So these are people from his group that have joined because he'll be on in a bit. Right. So what you would do is you'll go in and then you see this. You click on that. I can't click on it because it uses my mic setup and I'm using it now. That's it. You're in. It's not hard. Thor's just fucked off in there.
Can I say what used to throw me out was sometimes there's no one in here.
Right.
And so where there's no one in there, there's no one to
You
talk
go
to.
first and then
So
people
I didn't
join.
have none of on the left hand side. I didn't have none of that come up.
Right. Did you see that icon there? See that icon there? That little one with my ugly face on it with like, share, subscribe. Click on that. Because otherwise you'll end up in my racing channel. That's my car racing channel. I'm very immature. Well, it's gaming channel, right? Can you see? You'd end up with that, right? So you click on that one.
Been awake so far, playing the new Call of Duty. So you know, tells you how sad I am.
So
he's in there now, is he?
So right. Anyway, off you go. Let me know how you get on. If you get any problems, call back, message in. But if you can get in there, right? Go to the first room. See this at the bottom. I'm going to type help. I'm a twat. That should come out. Watch. There you go. Help. I'm a twat. And you'll probably get somebody answer back. Yes, you probably fucking are.
That's me. I am a twat.
Well,
I don't know.
I am.
But yeah.
And
learning also.
there you go. That's the boss. He just said, fuck off. X-boy, you sure are. Brody, yes. You see, you get all the encouragement you need in this server. We already know. There you go. There you go. What more could you possibly want? So if you're looking for abuse, sarcasm, and basically to be having the living shit ripped out of you, there it is. It's for you.
That's fine. I'm an ex-chef, so we're used to getting.
Me. You know about misery. Well, Matt's a chef. Matt.
Yeah, I'm an ex-chef as well. Yeah. What,
the trade's dead now. The trade's dead. You can't have banter anymore. You know, you can't have a laugh anymore. You can't have banter. You can't.
The last place I worked in, there was banter. I've got to be honest.
Yeah, but I tried it. I tried it in my last job last year, and I was pretty much told that you're old now and you need to leave. And
I take it. Was that a large? Was it a hotel or something like that? Yeah.
Yeah, funny enough, yeah. It was. I'm not going to say the hotel name.
The hotels have quite sort of strict HR departments, don't they? So.
But they said you either fuck your ideas up and stop saying your politics out loud, or we're going to get rid of you another way.
Right.
So I said, you know what? I said, you can kick the shop and I'm off.
So what were you up to now?
Landscape gardener.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, that'll keep you fit.
Yeah, well, I'm quite healthy. I'm obviously, as Simon knows, I cycle everywhere. Well, technically, I've got an electric bike now, so I cycle everywhere anyway. But
what electric bike you got? Just to jump in there.
Pete can modify that.
I can just see, I can't remember the name of it. Again, goes 18 miles an hour, though. Even up here it does 15.
Right.
I'm like,
Pete will make that do 40. I guarantee you, or he'll tell you how to do it, right? Pete took a simple fucking electric bike and then got fucking nicked everywhere on the cunt. Mental.
Well, I got pulled up. I got pulled over the other day because I was doing 22 miles an hour down here when it was 20 miles an hour road, and I'm like,
right, no, it's not fast enough. Pete will tell you that, right? He'll get away of making that thing rinse out 40 mile an hour for you, right?
It's not that hard, actually.
I couldn't believe when the people pulled me over. I was only going 2 miles over the speed limit. They pulled me over. They said, you know how fast you were doing? I went, yeah, 22 miles an hour.
Yeah, you should know. You're following me, you cunt.
And I went, what? Well, I mean, if you was going 3 more miles quicker, we could have given you a ticket.
Yes, 26. They're doing you for
fuck off. It's on a bike.
They're doing you 26 now.
Oh, suck my fucking
even on a push
testy.
bike, even on a push bike, if you're drunk on a push bike now, or on drugs, or whatever else, they can do you for it now on a push bike.
Yeah, caller, the UK.
Right, can we get all the crinkle?
The UK news on e-bikes, etc., is 250 watt motors. Looks like it's going to be what they're going to settle on, which is really small, really fucking small. So the secret is that you put a 72 watt motor battery in it, and it makes it go super fast. And I've seen people do it. There's a channel on YouTube called Dude Stuff, and he does a lot of e-bikes.
Well, that's posh, isn't it?
DIY e-bikes. That's good, isn't it?
Don't know what we've done there. We're just not looking there because the only reason we're doing it there is so that they can see over there.
How to make the bike quicker?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking to get a 2,000 watt one, a drum, and convert bike. That's what they're doing, and put it on UK mode. Obviously, you do 15 and a half mile an hour. Yeah.
All right, then, of course. Now let's look and see if there's anything else we can gate crash. What do you reckon?
Oh yeah.
Listen to the thuggery of it. Listen to it. Right, let's have a look around and see if there's anything else that. What's the time? It's getting to that time. Anywhere else that we can gate crash? Oh, fuck me, there's that bloke Rev. I don't go there.
Mark, see it?
No, we've done that. Right.
The dick pic papers.
Who's that chap? Reality based. What the hell's that?
No, that's we've gate crashed him already, poor bastard. We can do it again.
No.
Oh yeah.
Right, yeah. Free State, we could gate crash that. Yeah.
Good to get the numbers there, though.
Yeah.
How is he? Is he all right?
I think he's all right. He popped in the other day, so he was all right. What else we got? That's it.
I'll find something now. Don't worry.
No. I'm just looking around to see what the chances are.
Hang
on. I haven't popped on live.
Shall I see if the degenerate was
unwashed? Actually, it was unwashed. Actually, because he was going to ring in to David Lammy and stitch him up. I don't know if he managed.
Okay, Crinkles with Mark, according to my chat.
Is he?
Yeah.
Can't see that there, mate.
Well, let me press it on and see.
Hang on, I'll mute it.
But he's not.
No, he's not.
Okay.
We still got the caller on.
Is the caller still on?
Sorry. Yeah.
Sorry.
Fuck me, mate. We should get you just to come down here. Might as well just give you a mic and headphones, but it'd be a lot easier, wouldn't it?
Well, you're not far away from anybody, are you?
Where are you now? Roughly.
Portsmouth.
Well, Pompey's it used to be an hour and a half driving a bit, putting your foot down a bit. Straight over the Mendips. Yeah, because I got them living in Cosham, Widley, Southsea, Fratton, all over, mate.
Yeah, that's changed now.
Yeah, Fratton has.
It's got less
white.
Word. Yeah, that word. I was trying to word
Mate,
it.
don't worry, I'll say it for you, mate. Don't worry.
I was trying to word it plenty correct. Sorry,
Fuck it. Say it as it is.
My nan went down there the other day after about 20 years of not being down there. She went, it's very much changed, hasn't it? It's got a lot more black, and I'm like, and a lot more Muslim. I'm like,
I think
you can't say that anymore.
It's become diverse and better because that is our strength.
Have we got a link for that Bonnie lad then?
Okay, I'll find it.
Yeah,
I
somebody.
can't believe people haven't got the message yet. Diversity
Now,
is our strength. You
Get out. Fuck off. Go and have a black coffee.
You're obviously a trucker.
Yeah, that's no way to speak to me, mate. I let you on my show. I was nice. Anyway,
you drove all around the place. How come up north is so much cheaper than down south for everything?
Because it's a worse place to live.
You
wouldn't expect me to say that, were you?
I'm looking at a house at the moment online because obviously I've just been inherited for $100,000, and there's a house up north for $20,000 for a 2-bedroom flat.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, it comes with Kalashnikov and extra ammo.
You can't even buy a shit around here, man.
Here's the thing. Here's the actual truth, right? If you live up somewhere, for fuck's sake, mate. If you, I'll turn that down while you're fixing it, right? If you live in certain places up north, right, what they do is they get places where the Muslims move in, and what happened is they move in slowly, and after a while they want the rest of the family there, and they hassle you, and they become aggressive until you have to move out. And
they knock on your door, they offer you cash for the house. They say, "Yeah, we'll give you this now." Come on.
Yeah, they bully you basically, and they turn your life into a misery, and then the fucking windows start getting broken.
He's closing it down. He is.
They park in your garden.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay, right, no worries.
That's what they do with the mosque goes up as well. They park all over the front of your house, so you can't go out.
Right.
It's a shame.
Because obviously, I mean, I've not been up north for years, but last time I was up there, it was like 85 pence for a drink.
Right.
Mate,
where
that was the 80s.
Yeah, I was going to say
that was in Halifax in Yorkshire. That was 5 years ago. My mate and mine said we're going to a bar and it was 85p a drink, and I was like, until it gets to midnight, it's £1.50. I was like, fuck me, you need to come to Portsmouth.
Mind you, probably back in the day, I ended up down Commercial Road in some fucking knockers pub down there. I didn't have a clue what I was doing. I phoned up my uncle. I go, all right. I said, I've come to see Michael. Is he around? Yeah, where are you? I said, I'm in this pub. He went, get out now. It was a proper fucking rough pub. And I did wonder why they were going. But I wasn't the sort that ever looked around and screwed anybody out. I was just like, oh. So I got out there alive.
The pubs now, I don't know if you've been in Portsmouth recently, but most of the pubs now in Portsmouth are wine bars and fine dining, and they're not the old school ones that we remember as youngsters.
No, I mean, I went down there 93, 94, 95.
Okay.
So, yeah, it was different then, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly, they're different. You can't ever go in there and have a pint anymore without, you know what I mean? You've got to have a glass of wine and all that lot. But yeah, I mean, I don't buy wine anyway. I'm at my own, so I haven't got to worry about buying wine. So yeah, I've got enough gallons of that to last me.
I just started drinking mead. I'm going to look into making that.
Well, obviously, if you're going to make wine, I'd recommend making wine. Obviously, I watched your video a while ago, and you said somebody died from it.
No, it wasn't. It was. I think it was over in. What's the name of the place? Got bomb. Was it Malta? Near Malta? Anyway, it was somewhere over. It was some fucking country that was definitely Islamic in culture, right? And they didn't drink. Anyway, it turned out that somebody made some bootleg fucking spirits. They drank the cunt and it fucked them right up. Now, I've heard of the Romanians, the Polish, and all the rest of it making their own moonshine, right?
Yeah, it's strong.
And that stuff, you get it wrong, it'll make you blind. It's all about ethanol, methanol, and taking one out and not the other. I've not any idea how, so I don't know what. I would never have made my own beer in the past because I'm not that bright. However, I wouldn't mind making meat. But
the dandelion wine is lovely.
Yeah, that'll fuck you up. That and slow gin.
Dandelion wine is one of the most loveliest wines to make, and it costs about £2 to make a gallon.
Now, we're not endorsing alcoholism, but if you want to be one, we can get you it cheap.
No, but I've got enough anyway. But what I'm saying is, all you got, the tedious thing is to go out and pick them and then take all the yellow off of it. That's the most tedious thing about it. The rest of it, easy.
Yeah, slows. There's other things, and
Yeah.
I mean,
And
we have to talk to the
our,
Reverend Mother. She could turn fucking alcohol out of anything.
All sorts. Tea wine.
Tea?
Yeah, you can make tea wine. You know tea bags?
Yeah.
You know you get the different flavour tea bag.
It's got fucking tannin in it. How'd you get that out?
Honestly, that's the best thing. You haven't got to add the yeast with it because it's already got the yeast in it.
Right. Fucking.
You whack 20 tea bags into a pot. Boil up. 10 litres of boiling hot water. Stick that on top. Stir it around. Stick it into a bucket. Add a whole bag of sugar. 1 litre bag of sugar on top of that. Stir it in. Leave it for a couple of days. Then put it into a glass demijohn. Stick the top on it. Done. And let it brew. Obviously, you got to put the other bits in, like the other little bits you got to put in, like the chemical side of it. But I've got a recipe book. But yeah, it's good to do. I mean, again, my granddad's teaching me. I'm learning so much while he's still around to learn more from him. Because I don't see the point of spending money if I don't have to.
No, fuck that. No, paying tax on it is
What concoction?
well, we're talking about making homemade.
You're talking about mead.
Well, all sorts, really.
So
Anything.
I made wine.
Recipe with sugar? Is that rum? Is it? Or is that
No, wine.
Oh, wine. What was the fruit? Was there fruit involved? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I've made elderflower. I've made sloe. I've made all sorts. Tea. Like I say, you can make all sorts of different wines. Carrot.
Strawberry wine. It was
strawberry. I mean, you can make sweet wine. So yeah, if you're making like for almost at Christmas, as we both know as chefs, you're making a load of carrots up for 15, 20 people. The peeling from it, you've got to boil the water anyway.
Yeah.
Why throw the water down the sink? Chuck it into another pot. Made wine.
Yeah, I've heard it's been made out of all sorts of stuff, and I'm pretty much sure that you can.
I've got a recipe book. I'll take obviously. This number's on WhatsApp anyway, isn't it?
Elderberry wine, somebody was saying here, but I think what we should do is
Well, I've got
literally
ready.
during the commercial break. That's where I go for a piss normally, right? Matt's going to show you how to make mead.
What? I don't know how to make mead.
He's going to find out.
What?
Yeah, excellent. Well done. Cheers, Matt. Thanks. Right, moving on.
But yeah, it's good to learn. It's good something else to learn. It's another thing that you can do.
Well, you got everything else right.
What you got to do? You got to take your trousers down.
Right, yeah. Pull a mooner. Right. Yeah, no, here's the thing. Like, I think that we should start. I tried mead earlier on. It was quite nice. She said it smelled of piss, but I don't believe it did.
It's like really sweet wine.
It's honey mixed with water, mixed with yeast, mixed with some other flavorings. You let it brew, and away you go. And that's what they used to drink in the old days.
About homebrewers, I know a few guys that used to make homebrew, and every now and again,
They're all dead.
Very ill. Yeah, like they miscalculated something. And they
Thought it was a miscarriage. To fucking he's not well.
Very
Well, maybe if you get it wrong enough, you could literally lose the same amount of weight from a real pull for a Christmas tree. Right. Do we gate crash or do we go to, I think we'll go to Discord.
I was just going to say.
No, we're going to Discord.
Okay.
Right.
But,
So what we're going to do is we're going to somehow find the link to my fucking Discord because I don't know what went wrong, but I'm such a weapon that, oh, maybe not. How did I get that so wrong? In the old days, it used to be simple.
I was just going to say, I've looked at some lives, and there's things like Liverpool. There are like 400 people watching the Liverpool channel and stuff. I just saw.
That's just brilliant. Liverpool just basically throwing away the Premier League title.
Yeah.
Oh no, that'd be terrible to upset them, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I know. I mean, if you like Liverpool, then obviously you're not going to be happy with that. But if you're like me, who wants Man City to win the Premier League, you're going to be happy.
Not so good.
I totally gave up on football a few years ago.
What are those people on about? Is that one there? That's what I want to know.
What?
That one over there. What's that?
That's Donna and that lot.
Who got them? Donna?
Well, I've got some friends, right? And they're sat in bed at the moment. They're getting pissed up. They're both lorry drivers. She doesn't give a fuck about anything. They got some mush in there. I've no idea what they're talking about. We can gate crash that.
She's put makeup on it.
No, I've no idea. That's what it is, isn't it? Right. Where's the link? Women on a Mission.
When are you doing your next march in England? In London, sorry. In England? In London. Get the right area.
There would have to be something that would make me want to do it.
Okay.
So that is, right, let's see if the numbers go up. How many's watching? Doesn't say.
559, according to mine.
How many?
559.
No, not here. 2 are watching their stream.
There's another stream he's talking about.
Right, yeah. 2 are watching their stream at the moment, and they're mates, right? And they come down the wood camping, and they're as northern as fuck. They're lovely people, right? And they're having a live stream. There's only 2 people watching. We got 5 now.
And
Right,
they've got 100 or something.
no, that's how many subs, right?
Oh, yeah, I can't see.
Right,
My
9 are
eyes.
watching.
I got you.
Right, let's see if we can push the numbers up. I'm watching. You can watch it at your second channel, right? 10. Right, let's see if we can pile the numbers up. We got 11 watching. Keep
Have
going.
you put a link, have you?
I put the link back in. We can watch it through our second.
Yeah,
Wait,
open up another
there's
tab.
got to be a message. You've got to pass a message.
We'll do it in a bit.
Oh, they're going to notice.
No, of course. It's that watch. Rev sent.
You got to rev the hell out of it.
Rev the hell out
Right,
of it.
I'll let you boys go anyway,
All right,
and I
mate.
will see you soon.
All right, I'll speak to you in a bit.
Have a good one, and
All right.
keep up the good work.
Bye bye.
Cheers, Carter. Yeah, put the volume on. See what this clock is.
Right, okay. So
That's the whole game of this, isn't it?
41 now.
right, right, okay.
Do you want to turn your phone off so you don't go?
Right, so that's what's going on at the moment. It is actually quite a sensible stream. They've now got 70 watching.
Here we go. They've clocked it. They've clocked it.
Yeah. They're being raided. Beautiful. I love this when it happens. I wouldn't. We've just come from there. Right. I'm going to stop screaming. Serious? Me? Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'll mute that and I'll keep playing. Let's just raid the fuck out of it. Give them some views. You might like them. They are meat and potatoes. They talk about all sorts of stuff. And if you're a lorry driver, you'd
Well,
like
the standard message should always be passed over: groom dogs, not kids.
Look at it. Rev, don't rev. Fuck me. Woman on a mission.
Yeah,
We could just pile in there.
Look at her. She's great. She is. She's looking over the big fucking.
Yeah, she don't
pint
give
glass-
two
pint
fucks
glass
at
of
all.
wine.
Fish bowl of wine.
Yeah.
It's got the old Johnny Depp, isn't it?
Right. If
Pint
I
glass
pile
of
over
wine.
there,
Mega pints.
will we get all
Mega.
five? Hang on, listen, if we pile over there, will we get all 579 people over there?
No, you won't get one.
Right. Right. Tell me now if you want me to carry on or should I just pile in there? 1 for carry on, 2
She
for.
just farted. She just flown a skirt.
She
around.
don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I could tell.
1 for staying on, 2 for gate crash. Let me know in the comments.
Just
What?
What is she doing?
just farted.
Okay, how do you know she farted?
She did it with a skirt, and he was like, "Fuck off."
That is absolutely brutal. Is she going to put?
Yeah,
I think she's putting lipstick on the fucker. Right. 1 to stay on, 1 to cake crash. I couldn't remember what one I said
What's
now.
4? Somebody put 4.
Yeah,
3, sing us a
I-
song.
I don't know.
Right, was it 1 to stay on or 2 to gate crash? I think it was 1 to stay on. Right. Do you want me to sing? No, that's not. No.
Yeah,
Hello?
I mean, we could raid Newcastle or Liverpool and give them their good
No
news.
interest at all in that, mate. No.
Because they could get triggered.
I
You
was
get
on
them
the
chat,
channel
what's going on here? It's going to fucking.
No, do you remember that guy we did gate crash?
Well done. Wait there. Well done for Liverpool for winning the Premiership.
Right, do you remember that mush we gate crashed? He had no idea we were gate crashing or what it was about, and he got the
Oh yeah.
He was deadly serious.
A couple of
Did
weeks
you not
ago.
see it? Oh, it was fucking
I
absolute.
was at home doing it, and I was loving it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was coming up with all sorts of stuff. I was going,
I was disappointed. We went to one the other day. We went to one the other day, and it was a pre-record, and it was like, oh no, we've been done. I thought it was Manny, and Manny was playing someone else's live.
Anyway, we got a caller. Hello. Right, yeah, turn the live stream off at the back.
Hello.
Okay, while we're waiting
Right,
for that YouTube, you know that grumpy twat from last week that called in about halfway through? Please call in again. We'll love it.
2 weeks ago.
What's it, me?
Right.
No,
Anyway,
not you,
no,
Colin.
what you?
It
No,
might
no.
be you, I don't know.
The
We'll
guy
find
that
out.
I think-
It could be me. I've phoned in
No,
before.
no. This is police. No, isn't it? It's fucking history debunked on speed. How are we, my love?
That's what I get called. History debunked on speed. But
Bless him, he's
not really
brilliant.
much. I saw you were talking about this 15 minute. We're all supposed to live within 15 minutes on when you were being bunched around in your
What did
truck
you make of it?
wherever you go. Well, if we do go back to that, that sort of reminds me of my father was talking about his father's time and saying that when everybody in the village basically it's going back to the Middle Ages if you do that. It's all the peasants will have to sort of dop the hats to the overlords who ride around and tell everybody how to live. We've just been to the village down the road and they're doing things different at the village down the road. You'll have to pick up your ideas and get your work done here.
Once a year, we go over and see the village next door and we hope to pick up a bride.
Yeah, that sort of thing. That's what that would be going back to. My little point I was going on about or thinking about is they're still blocking the roads in London with this Just Stop Oil. I was wondering if stink bombs are still available because
of course they're called Antifa.
Yeah, but no.
Oh, you mean non-living stink bombs?
Little stink bombs that used to accidentally go off in the class when I was at school till they told the bloke not to sell them to kids. And that if you just had a few of these stink bombs and you went along and you could just sort of drop the stink bombs on top of the Just Stop Oil protests so they can sit there and just smell in their own
Wait, very good idea, Corner, the old stink bomber. And I've been suggesting that we should pour milk next to them. And because we're doing a milk protest, so where they've sat down in the road, don't pour milk on them. Just pour it next to them, all around them. Same with tomato soup. Just pour a bit of that around them. Just come on, like you said.
I'm all for that. I'm all for that. But if you get away with doing it on them, the only trouble is you'd probably get arrested by the police.
No, around them. If you can pour milk on a shop floor, right, and then pour shit and tomato sauce and stuff, surely on public property I can waste my own milk on the floor. And if it slowly rolls into these people because they've glued their fucking hands on the road,
they'll make that a terrorist attack. But here's the thing: I want to run something by the both of you actually while you're here. Right now, there were the same sort of protesters that went into a dealership in Germany, I believe.
Yeah, Volkswagen.
Right, and didn't they stick themselves to the floor?
Yeah.
Right.
With the cars.
Yeah. Or they stuck themselves to something, didn't they? Yeah. Right. Now, while the staff were there, they actually went out and bought them a pizza, I believe, didn't they?
Well, you know the full history on that one. Is what happened?
No. Do you want to?
I don't.
Right.
Yeah. So what happened was they glued themselves to the floor actually of the VW garage, and then the VW garage said, "Okay, fair enough." So then they locked the doors in the night, and they originally gave them some food or something, but then when it was time to close up, they switched the heating off, closed it down, and there's an interview of this protester with a moustache, dodgy-looking moustache, going, "Wow, not very happy. They didn't provide any facilities for us to relieve ourselves." I'm thinking, you've glued yourself to the fucking floor. How are they going to fucking do anything? And they switched the heating off. And I'm thinking, class.
And the room service was terrible.
Well, I'd
have opened the fucking roof if I could have. Yeah. Fucking books from some rain to come as well.
Well, isn't that what they want us to do? To switch the heating off? Because if we got the heating on,
they want you to turn the heating off for old people so they die, right?
Not for them. Not for them when they're doing a protest. They want the fucking heating on then. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah. And incidentally, the glue that they used, I know that uses all sorts of stuff, but the heating that they wanted. No, I'm not sure whether the glue would have used any petroleum-based anything.
The high-vis jackets, that's
petroleum-based,
completely oil-based.
Right.
The glue is
the heating's fossil. Heating comes from fossil fuel, doesn't it? Right. I think what they need to do is stop. Go on.
The one that I'm on about is when they blocked the Dartford Bridge.
Mm-hmm.
The people who did that must have had mountaineering experience to get up there and put that thing up. So why did they close the bridge? They should have just let everything go under the bridge at full speed and just said to these people, like they do in France when you, if you go mountain climbing in France, they say, if you get into trouble, it's your fault. Don't blame us for it. And if you have to be rescued because you've gone mountain climbing in France, you don't know what you're doing, you will get a hell of a bill for that because, you put yourself in danger. And I think when they block themselves on the Dartford Bridge, they should just say, well, you got yourselves up there, you can get yourselves down, but we're not stopping the bridge. We'll let the lorries go over at full pelt, shaking the bridge and all the rest of it.
But they've actually killed someone due to their actions over that bridge, the Dartford Bridge, because there was a diversion, obviously, and in that diversion, a woman she lost her life in a car crash.
I didn't know that.
Is that a fake thing, or is that just?
That's real.
Right. No, I know it happened. What I'm saying, can you attribute that?
Well, she would have taken, of all accounts, she would have taken the Dartford crossing, but because she was it being shut and she had to take the diversion, I put her on this road, and she was involved in a crash. So, if it wasn't their actions, guess what?
Also, one of them on that Dartford Bridge is a New Zealander, so he must have had a bloody long flight to get to the UK, or perhaps he came in a canoe, one of these Maori canoes.
I see.
No, he would have definitely flown. He would have flown 20-odd marking hours to get here. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, there was that Izzy Bird in Australia a couple of weeks ago. It's a real funny video. I'm sure everyone's seen it. Where the radio interviewer asks her, when was the last time she'd been across?
Yeah.
And,
carry on.
And it was so funny because the radio presenter had literally just gone through her Instagram. When she went through an Instagram and just went back like 6 months, a year, it turns out, just put keywords like holiday in or something like that. Turns out she went to Fiji. And so, yeah.
that was what she said. Yeah. So you didn't go on holiday? No? What? Not lately? Well maybe.
She sucked her in with, I'm thinking of going to Fiji. Do you think it's right at the moment? And this Izzy girl
said, no, I don't think it is.
And when was the last time you went abroad? She went,
2 months ago.
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
Fiji.
So I'm going to go now and let you continue with the conversation.
Well, I'm going to wind it up, and I'm going to go over to Discord.
The one thing just before I go, want to make a request. You three should all get together and sort of book a hall somewhere and, get all us fans to be in the audience. I mean, if...
I tell you what, I can take a fuckload more piss tests because I'll just... Not a piss test. Well, I've fucking done enough of them in my life. Right, I could take a lot more piss stops and get you up on the stage. Go, look, there he is. That's him in person. Go on, get on there, son. I can fire the mic in your face. I could go off to the bar for an hour. Seriously. Honestly, I'll check you a couple of quid, whatever. Yeah, we'll split it off. Seriously. Fuck it, we'll get you out there. No, I'm all for going live. And I have to say, if I did go live, obviously I'd be bringing this lot and as many as I could because I don't think I've got enough to carry it on with Jack Jones, but somehow it will be well.
Yeah, I mean,
you'll get plans. I know I was taking the mickey out of him a bit, but he did have it planned when he done all his things before he was in jail. He knew what he was doing. He knew what he was going to go up and
but
say.
I'm not going to get.
I haven't seen him live.
Who's that?
I did fall for him for a while, but
yeah, mate. No, most people did, didn't they? Right. So there it is. But look, if I did it live, it would be literally a pub back room of a guy who's right wing, who owns the pub. With his punters would have to be fucking pretty much based, right? And then it would be the back room. We'd sit there. We'd have like a circumference. We'd have all the mics all wired up. There'd be bass, me, and all the others on a panel, right? And we'd all have our own mics. All right. And all there would be is us talking. And then you lot in the dark, there'd be microphones going around through the crowd, handing them to you. And you just, instead of the calling, somebody just pass you a mic and crack on. You could ask us questions. We'd all just get shit-faced together. At the end of it, we'd go right into the bar, hard, get really, really fucking massacred. Be great.
And so many of us would love that.
Well, that's what I'm planning for the new year. All right.
Yeah. A private members club, for example. different licensing there. It can be invite only, which turns it into a private party.
Yep.
Where basically all bets are off. Then, as long as you don't let walk-ins, then you're completely fine.
I would have a system of booking that you would have to basically have a face-to-face
basically.
with me on a live stream 1-to-1, so I know exactly who you fucking are, right? That way, I ain't gonna get any wankers in.
Yeah,
right?
but it's great. Can you imagine 3 wankers turning up with fucking 50 of us? It's gonna be,
We'll have a party. We'll sit them down next to us, right? And we'll
funny.
just torment them all night. There's your fucking show.
Bring it on. We want intruders. Bring it on.
Actually, we'll invite some Antifa. We'll just troll the cunts.
Yeah.
We win it. I don't give a fuck. I mean, literally, we'll have so many, how do we say, seasoned men there that if some strapping Antifa soy walked in there, we'd have a wonderful time.
Can you imagine, say, you know where your land bit is, without going into details?
Yeah.
Can you imagine getting I know it's a bit out of the way.
Just a fucking great tent in there?
Well, no, the reason why, can you imagine if you can get a venue there within 10 miles of there or 5 miles of there? Then everyone can stay at your field.
Right.
So people can stay at your
You'll
field.
be amazed how little people fit in 10 acres when it's camping. Right. But there you go.
But
it's a thought, right? We'll get onto that, right? But otherwise,
people have got to get home as well, haven't they?
Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
I better put the phone down because that was the one to come on. Bye. Thanks for having me on.
No worries,
Bye.
lovely. I
Cheers.
love every week. Call in. All right. I'll see you in a bit. I like him a lot.
Or just rent a farmer's field out that we can rent.
Why don't we go to fucking Regis or whatever his fucking name is for Glastonbury? He's up for £1. Fridge and microwave. Now, before you speak to me, you realise I've got a Michelin chef next to me. He never liked Dunlops and he didn't like fucking tyres.
I'm not going to say a thing, sorry.
Right, the live stream's still going on in the background, so I can hear.
Fucking amateurish.
He knows.
Fridge, what's going on here?
Right, he knows.
Amateurish.
He fucking knows the form. He knows the form.
Turn it off.
There it is. Right. Hey, come on. You know the deal.
Tell us
Right.
what you've been cooking.
Hang on. Right, over to Matt.
Hello. What have you been cooking?
Hello, Si.
How you doing?
It's me. It's Matt.
I'm all right. I'm all right.
You've got Matt or Winston.
Matt's going to give you all the cookery lessons you want on that thing, by the
I
way.
want to know what you've made in your microwave.
It's a combination.
Nice to see you, boys.
How you doing?
Good evening.
I'm all right.
You don't want to talk to me, do you?
I don't actually, because you weren't on last Saturday. I thought it was something that I thought they might have taken you off for.
Well, we did. It was 2 weeks ago, and it was so good that we needed a week off or something like that.
I don't blame you. You know.
Right, we've got guests. There they are. Say over there. Say wave. Hey! All the way from Manchester. Mad.
Could have started a wave.
I like your dog, Si.
It's not my dog. I nicked it off based.
Yeah. That is Trigger.
That dog has been on more protests than up against more police, so you can imagine.
He's been outshined by a fly, though.
I don't blame him. Yeah, but it's like you said about them fuel protesters. They really are they're taking the biscuit now. You know.
Yeah, I seen footage yesterday, I believe, where it was at a junction. It was a roundabout, looked like a junction to the motorway, and a couple of lads there wasn't having it, and it was really good to see. But they're acting as sorts of individuals, which they've got to stop. You've got to be there, whoever that person is, and say, look, lads, let's all fucking group together, drag these cunts off the fucking road, and we got to do it all at the fucking same time. Then it's me dragging one off, and then they get up and go back on the fucking road. They're all coming off in the next fucking minute. Come on, let's get it on. And just fucking drag them off. That's the way you fucking deal with it. And when the coppers were there, the coppers were preventing the drivers from pulling them off the road. In fact, they were physically stopping them.
Well,
but they didn't arrest them. They didn't arrest them.
Was it the Insulate Britain? Was it last year where the police actually stopped traffic to allow Insulate Britain to sit themselves on the road?
Yeah,
and then when motorists tried to get them off, the police would arrest the motorists. Yeah. It's a wonderful job. It's an absolute mockery. But I genuinely believe, and I don't think it's that conspiracy minded, that they want the majority of decent people to be outraged by people like, Insulate Britain and what's the other one? Extinction Rebellion.
Stop Oil.
So that then they have the power to stop any protests because all protests are bad. So even if you're protesting again, for your rights been taken away from you, no, you're just as bad as these lot. And that's what I think. I'm down the rabbit hole. I've been there for a while, but I think that's right.
They're like puppets, aren't they? The establishment. They're actually doing their job for them.
But I still want to know what you cooked in your microwave.
Oh, he's done lots.
Oh, no, not again.
Apple crumble.
Actually,
right?
No.
Rhubarb.
No, I didn't do apple crumble.
We've got apple crumble here
Yeah.
tonight.
We do.
No one's had
But
it.
you've done the rhubarb
I did.
already. In
I've had a bit of the crumble. It's
I did strawberry crumble.
Oh, strawberry.
You fucking slut.
Yeah, sounds good.
Absolute filth. I'm impressed.
Well, it took about 3 goes, but I did do it. And look, it's funny the chef was saying about the fuel protesters. Sorry, do you know a magazine called Truck and Drive?
Dyslexic.
No,
No, I haven't. I haven't heard of it, but how many people buy it? Do you know?
Quite a few. I'm not going to say, but one of my neighbours just happens to be the magazine director of that, and he says that a lot of the truck drivers are getting really hacked off of them.
What
the
wankers that block the road? Yeah, personally, I see there being a big accident.
Yeah, so can I. I mean,
won't be an accident. Somebody will just lose their shit. It'll be the end of a Friday. They'd have had enough.
Yep.
They'd have had all sorts of things going on in their life. They won't be thinking straight, and these cunts will just push them over the edge.
Well, my mate's a truck driver. He's ex-army, as you know, and he's just going to go and do his fuel tanker license because there's no money in this hauling pallets.
I'll tell you what, mate, it's a lonely fucking job doing that. You're not allowed to take your phone with you. You've got to read maps. Literally, there's very little devices in the cab.
They reckon the old explosion business for the mobile phones. Is that what they're saying?
Yeah, basically. It's not. Everything else in the truck's in a Faraday. What a load of shit.
What's he talking about?
You're allowed to take a prostitute only a few miles to where it's dark, and the hammer they give you is plastic.
Okay.
Right?
Squeaky one.
Mate, when you look, you ought to make sure that they're not even wearing wool because you don't want the static after you're hammering them to death to set the fucking load off.
Well, after Pelosi's husband got attacked with a hammer, like they said earlier on.
Oh, he attacked himself.
They're gonna do controls on hammers that will have different qualities, and if it has a particularly titanium head on it, then they'll be banned.
Something's getting head.
Sorry. They'll be giving controls on who's to give out milk these days and sugar and tea and all that. They can't have that.
Hey, the only people that decide who's getting milk is Thatcher. Sorry. Do you remember that back in the day? Hey.
Yes. I don't know what your thing is about the
half a pint.
The woman got done for doing the Tom's memorial. She got off lightly.
Well, I think
she wasn't even from here, was she?
She's still in. She's been housed. Isn't she been housed?
What, under the mental health?
Is that
should
the one
be.
that poured crap all over the?
Yeah, and I said it 2 weeks ago. I said it 2 weeks ago, and I'll say it again. If you watch it closely, you see a bit of excrement flash back on her, and she's not happy. She's not happy.
She went mental.
Do you think she's got kids? Do you think one day she might have grandchildren?
She's got hairy armpits. I've seen a hairy armpit.
Tell me about when you poured liquid.
If there's a hairy armpit, there's other hair.
Yeah, tell me when you poured shit over a dead man that actually raised £33 million
and walked his last strokes up and down a fucking place just to. Yeah, I'm not getting onto it. Right, I'm going to wrap up the stream and go over to Discord.
No, you're right. A lot of the, as you know, a lot of the veterans is coming up to the veterans remembrance on 2 weeks' time. But as like you said, it's just a joke now with all these other people coming over. Yeah. So we ain't got a chance. Sorry, nice chatting to you, boys.
And you lovely.
Speak to you next week.
Nice
mate.
You
take it steady, all right?
Yeah, just a quick one. If everyone can give the streams a thumb up, please, on Rev on the rants and mine. I'm told it helps.
Wait a minute. Yes, and what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to wind it up for, but I'm not finished tonight, not by a long fucking shot. I'm going to go regroup on Discord. We're going to stay there for a while. Then we're going to look for some streams to pile. And I mean pile. And then if some streams are talking shit later on, we're going to dive in. Or if they're not, or whatever. we're not finished tonight. We're going to be on to the early hours. All right. So prepare yourself. Right. I need a link, and hopefully Dafter will stick a link in here. Right. Or he'll give me a link in a second. I can't even find a link in my own channel. How fucking thick is that? Oh, look, there's a link.
See?
Look, don't start, mate. You wouldn't have found the link. Right, I'm going to post that over here if I can find my.
Sure that link's correct?
No, I'm not sure that link's correct. We'll find out quick enough, won't we?
Try and go into it that way.
What happened there?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Right, there's Discord. I'm going over there in about within a minute. All right. So, what I want you to do is all get over there now and get into the chat. Right, and the sooner you get in the chat, the more likely you are to get a space because it will get packed.
And stick to the rules, because if you ever go in American about American politics, this cunt here will kick you.
If you're being a cunt,
Kick me. He kicked me.
you never got over it.
He kicked me 2 times.
You never got over it.
And I said I wouldn't go back, and I didn't.
And you're going.
And you just fucking signed me into your.
Yes, I did.
Again.
Right, so you lied.
I didn't. Sign
like
you
a cheap
in. I didn't
Chinese
sign myself in.
watch.
You did.
Whatever, mate. You failed. Right. Right. So I'm going to say thank you very much. Base, we're going to say thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Right. And I will see you over there on Discord. All right. You take it steady. Right. We'll be on probably later on. So we're not gone, but we're just finishing up this one. See you in a bit.
Question everything.